We gotta try and be better.
Multi-stream, stream is live. Just
Oh, he's
be
streaming
aware
live.
to make sure and flash your dick and stuff.
Oops.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, boo boo?
Yeah, I got you. Somebody
You picking up what I'm putting down?
somebody drew a dick on so at work we have glue we spray onto surfaces.
Okay.
And it's kind of an enclosed thing because you're supposed to keep it dust free, whatever. Neither here or there. Somebody draw a big dick and like this yellowish gold shit just right on there.
Oh, and
It was hilarious to me, but boy, they were in a tizzy about it.
Oh, somebody got caught?
No, that's the thing. They're like, oh, we don't know who did this. But then, like everybody else is, we know who did this. And
Yeah,
like,
you guys went the street code, right, though? Like,
oh, if I knew, I'd be like, I ain't saying shit.
yeah. Good man.
I know what happens.
Good man.
With
I'm
snitching.
currently streaming to YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, so I gotta mind my P's and Q's?
I don't give two shits about that. It was more just to let you know where we were at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
All right. Last thing
Yeah, okay.
I do want to read you one here, right? Daisy listened to the episode today.
Oh, yeah.
Her review was, the episode was great. I feel like the energy was consistent and the conversations flowed so smoothly. I think that may have been one of the best episodes so far. Plus, you bragged about me, so that was nice.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, I listened to it today too.
It's
good.
hard getting back to the thing. I haven't done the whole like social media blast of like, here's the episode.
No, and I had a fucking shit day at work today too. That was half the text of texting you. Was like, how's your day looking? With that small hope that you're gonna be like, oh dude, it's fucked, like, tomorrow. And I was just like, you were like off at 4:37ish. I was like, get it together, Toby.
Hey, it's not all just, it's a two-way street, my friend.
Guess who doesn't have responsibilities?
All right? Responsibilities.
You're good and ready to go. Guess what? That means Toby's gonna be good and ready to go. So I ate like 3 Alpha Brain, and this dip is a nootropic dip. So it's like a brain booster, non-nicotine. It's just got a bunch of shit in it that's supposed to be good for mental clarity.
That's fun for this podcast.
Yeah. This, on the other hand, full of nicotine.
Nice.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think I just want a second.
Not all of it we have to cover this episode. Certainly some of it could be pushed off if you want, because it is a hefty.
Well, you know where my mark is. I want to be around that 2-hour mark.
I mean, we could literally just cut all of it and we would hit 2 hours.
I know. Yeah, it's so dumb. We're so stupid. No, I say we just fucking run it. We'll see how far we get. And because I would like to do the elevator pitch. I like that.
Not necessarily all of them if you don't want, because again, that is an extensive. That was just ones that I was just like,
there's like
what's
1,
the
2,
popular
3,
ones?
4,
Holy
5,
shit.
6, 7, 8,
Hasbro
9,
has that many, and I didn't even mark them all.
Okay. I think we do the elevator pitch.
Yeah.
It would be nice to bring back a who would win. There's no doubt. This one is a very fucking good one because we've seen the thing on Facebook or whatever popping up, the little meme.
Yeah, that's kind of where I got it, where it was like, oh, so that's actually really good.
What I think.
So we could hold off on that one and then do the elevator pitch. Yeah.
And do the elevator pitch this episode.
Yeah. So that way we're not.
So news, elevator pitch, and then, because the movie review, especially for you and I, could go 45 minutes. No problem.
Or it could just be us going, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That one had dinosaurs in it. I like that one.
Yeah,
It
I like the one with Bob Sleds and John Candy. That was good.
Oh, god damn it. Is that year too? Fuck. I haven't
Yeah,
even looked at the list,
the
bro.
list is insane, and that's just on the front page of that list. Of the 50 movies they show, that alone, we're like, off.
Yeah, because after the 1995 show, that makes sense, right?
And that's why it was like movies. Let's just
because when we start talking about video games, you're getting into Super Nintendo, and
but it also gives us a chance to go back and do that year if we're so inclined,
100%. I like it. So 1993 movies. I love the weird question of the week, elevator pitch, and as much news as we'd like to get through.
Yes, sir.
Monopoly, I'll touch on real quick just because I'm starting to do some side shit that is fun.
Yes.
And
it's good.
Nothing for you this week?
Nothing. What? Sorry.
For your ramblings?
Nothing that's sticking out, so I'm not worried about it. Sorry, I'm just a few folks.
1993, we hardly knew ye. That's pretty good. All right, you're good?
Yep, just texted a few folks, let them know that we're live, so that way if they wanted to jump on, they could
check the OnlyFans sluts.
It's weird you brought up the thing about feet last week. I literally had a person at work today talk about, hey, thinking about showing my feet and selling pics online. I'm like, if there's an audience for it, man, go for it.
I'm telling you, like, my feet aren't horrible, especially for like size 13 men feet. And like, the problem is I don't have a foot thing, right? Like, I don't get off on feet. I just don't. Feet are fine.
Feet are weird.
They're not sexual to me by any means.
Yeah, I agree.
The problem is I would have no problem selling pictures of my feet. No problem at all. I would have to get on that website, which is like my biggest hurdle. Is like, I don't want to go to feetfinder.com to like see if there's men feet on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like a weird thing to
have in your browser history.
Yeah, or just to even just to start walking down that road just feels not okay.
Would it be weird if you started selling foot pics and then like you're wearing sandals one day and some person walks up to you and be like, oh, I know those feet?
No, what would be weirder is that I made money off of selling feet pics. I'd be like, bro, do you want to touch them? Like $20 in my hand, little man. You could touch the middle one.
I'll give you 200. You're like, fuck yeah, let's go.
All right, bro. Yeah, if he's like, I'll give you 1,000 to suck on one of them, I'd be like, open your mouth.
All right, which one do you want? Do you want pinky or biggie?
Yeah. Big toes, 5 Gs.
Big toes, 5 Gs, because I don't want to discover myself.
All right. I got buttons. Let's see if these work. Buttons work. I like it. Does this
button? Oh.
Nope, my mute button works. Cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't hear you, friend.
Exactly. That's what we wanted. This is stuff that I did because I didn't have like the podcast button set up on my Stream Deck, so I was like doing it for last time. And it shows you how long it's been since we recorded because they used to be set up on the old Stream Deck.
It's been
1 week since we ate chicken. All right, I am good to go when you are.
Yeah, man. Let's make like a tree and.
I ask you sometimes with the hope that you'll be like, yeah, dude, I'm ready. And then I can just hit record. But then you say shit like that, and then it ventures me off. It fucks me up, right? Because I don't know if you're actually ready.
That's half the fun of this show is that neither one of us are ever like,
welcome back.
Ready, but we're up. And he was the whole time? The whole time? The whole time.
Cool.
I'm sorry. I'll keep my mouth shut for the next second.
I'll open it soon, big boy. Yeah.
Okay.
Why is your voice so much louder today?
because I don't have background noise drowning it out.
Yeah, maybe you have your game turned up to. Don't change anything. I'm gonna change it. Talk for me.
Yeah, what's up? How are you? Hey, oh, hey, oh, you in the back. Hey, oh, you up front. Hey.
I like it. I like it. Okay. I like it. I like it. Okay. I like that better. All right. Minimize this. Stop this. Delete this. Are you okay?
Yeah, that's pre-show ritual.
Okay. Oh, you did it away from the mic. My bad. I'm so sorry. That's what this button.
I'll get you, Batman, and your little dog.
What's funny is you can't hear it, but I know Daisy can hear what I was doing, and that's a problem.
That's all right.
Press on the record button. Welcome back to the Retronomipod, a nostalgia and pop culture podcast where we discuss things from our past, our present, and our future. I'm trying not to put too many but we got a 3P intro, and that might be a problem because, stuff. Anyways, my name is Toby. Semi-host of the show as always, and across this beautiful wide world of doing weird things, probably with his feet, my beautiful best friend and co-host, Rick. How you doing, buddy?
I got nothing to follow that up. You took the P thing really had me going, and then the feet thing took it in a whole other direction. So, but I'm doing good, all and all.
Yeah, well, I think I mentioned it last week that I really should just have a post-it of sticks to the script, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm gonna get you a little like monitor mount that is just the train, so you can look at it and be like, "Oh, that's right, the rails. We need to stay on them."
I just have like a Thomas the Tank Engine staring at me the entire time.
Oh, that'd be terrifying.
Menacingly.
Hoot, hoot.
I don't like it already. I don't like it already. No. These tracks weren't meant for walking.
Yeah, that's right. Don't. I've watched
That's how
too
that song
many.
goes, right?
These boots are made for walking.
I'm not wearing boots. I'm barefoot.
Oh, then you should go to feetfinder.com and post them today.
Just search Retronomipod.
Oh, that'd be the worst.
I mean, if you want it, though. I don't know. Why don't we start like this? Why don't we start with sexual feet things?
This is what I'm saying.
You're supposed to do this. I did the intro. I did my job.
That's right.
This is your turn.
It's my time to try. I should probably. Let's see. Weird question of the week, which not like we haven't started off with the weirdest possible way we could, but what would you do if you cut into a cobbler and a tiny cobbler came out?
So the weird part about this question, right, is and why did I automatically think of like the shoe fixer, not like a cobbler pie, right? I was like, why would you cut the cobbler? And then like a small Pinocchio-sized cobbler popped out, right? He's like, it went from, do you need your shoes worked on, sir, to do you need your shoes worked on, sir? It's like one of those Russian nesting dolls. That's what I pictured. But with shoe cobblers, not with like a peach cobbler. Is that a problem?
Funny. No, that's funny because I didn't put like if you cut it to a peach cobbler and a tiny cobbler came out. No, it was a cobbler to a cobbler. So yours actually makes more sense than what I wrote.
Yeah, well, next time you need to specify fruit or rhubarb because I think that's the only like is rhubarb a fruit? Is it like tomatoes?
I don't think it's a fruit.
It's like an onion, right?
It is.
Like grows underground.
I don't even know if it's that, man. I thought it was like a lettucey thing.
What the fuck is it? Is it the bulb that you eat or the shit that comes out of the ground like a carrot top?
I don't know. I know I've eaten it enough to be like, oh, I like it. Oh, it's delicious.
Are you sure? Because you don't know much about it.
But usually it's like strawberry rhubarb, so it's almost like you're mixing it. I think it's a leaf that you...
Do people just say they put rhubarb in shit because it's a cool word to say?
It is a cool word to say.
I mean, it's kind of neat. But again, like we don't know if it's a fruit or not.
I don't know. It was my nickname in elementary school, though. Rhubarb.
Rhubarb?
Yeah.
Is it because you were super red? Are
Hey,
rhubarbs red? I don't know why it seems like a red
it's
vegetable.
weird,
I
right?
don't know.
Like
I know nothing about this
we know
thing.
nothing about rhubarb, and yet
I don't know if I've ever actually seen a rhubarb, and I'm not going to look it up because I want life to still throw me surprises.
yeah, right. We don't need to Google everything. We could just sit in this mystery of rhubarb.
Anyways, I thought of a tiny shoe cobbler coming out and like fixing the shoes on my Ken dolls. G.I.
What
Joes.
would you
I
do?
meant G.I. Joes.
You know, we're progressive.
I know I kind of talked to you about it, but I've been going around doing some weird. Anyways, you got any more to say about cobblers before I fucking put this train back on the tracks? I guess, or just tear it off.
What would you do if a cobbler came out of either if it's a tiny cobbler or if it was a out of a man or if it was
I
a
guess
cobbler?
yeah, we can answer the weird question. Right? Well, in my initial thinking of cobblering, I would just want my shoes fixed. What would I do, sir? Are you still capable of fixing my shoes, smaller cobbler?
Yes, I am, sir.
Then I just want my shoes fixed.
Okay,
It would be a weird situation.
Yeah. Can you take your tennis shoes to a cobbler?
I was just about to ask kind of the same thing. I'm like, have you ever been to a cobbler? Like, I don't have nice dress shoes, right? And the only other times that I've, had nice dress shoes, I've rented them.
Right.
So, assumably, like, Men's Warehouse has a cobbler.
But I don't think they're like the old school things because it used to be like you would nail into the sole.
Well, yeah.
To attach, but now it's like all adhesives and stuff.
Well, I'm sure that there's like some fucking Italian leathery shoe that you could buy that's like way out of our price range and is probably, half of my mortgage loan for a pair of leather shoes.
Oof.
I imagine those are still made like they're probably expensive. But there's gotta be like nice shoes, like old school made shoes out there still, right? Like there has to be.
So there has to be a cobbler. Like I know there's still people who fix watches and all that kind of stuff. So why wouldn't there be?
Because those fucking Mariner watches are like $100,000.
Jesus Christ!
You fix 2 of those a year, you just paid my yearly salary. I mean, that's just madness. Considering I wear an Apple Watch.
To have a skill, am I right?
I mean, I've got skills. They're just not for money making.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I think the only answer is if a tiny cobbler popped out of a cobbler, you would either one eat it, or
which could work both ways if it was a tiny shoe cobbler or a peach cobbler. Be like,
you just
what if he was
out?
so?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Just
I didn't know what else to do. He was like the borrowers. Like, just I figured eating him. Yeah, he's stabbing me with this little shoe fixer.
This will teach you.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, sometimes your weird questions are weird.
That made me think of Army of Darkness when, Ash gets split and he has mini Ashes like fighting him.
Oh, yeah.
And he swallows the one and he's like, oh. And then he drinks
pours the boiling hot tea water.
Fucking insane. But anyway.
Well, they tied him down like Gulliver's Travels.
Timber.
I went yard selling this weekend. Right? Yeah, dude. It's been a long time. Just looking for some stuff that I could like flip on the side. The things we do because I'm a dirty little reseller now.
Oh.
I ran across a bunch of stuff, but there's only one I want to talk about because it pertains to what we do here. But most of y'all know that I collect too much stuff. Some of those include board games. I've got Parker Brother and Milton Bradley specifically is what I like to pick up, especially old stuff. With that being said, there are a lot of Parker Brothers games that I do not fuck with because I either don't like the game or they're not cool. One of those games, the main game being Monopoly, because it's fucking Monopoly, right? There are a billion different versions of Monopoly. And guess what? They all suck equally. Can't get anybody playing with you. Anyways.
That's wild. Tiff has the same opinion about Monopoly. She refuses to let one come through the door because of the fact she hates it so much.
It's a dumb game. It's a dumb game. It's fine. It's a dumb game. But anyways, I don't collect monopolies. I have very few monopolies in the house. One of which, most of them are like a unique monopoly from whenever, and then I have like the monopoly that if we were to play Monopoly is a Monopoly Deluxe Edition, right? Like I bought it. Dude, I've had that game since I was like 8. One of the first board games I like ever bought myself was a Deluxe Edition Monopoly. I remember it to this day. It was $50 at Target. Saved money because it's got the little rotating thing that you put all the cards into that inevitably you don't use because you don't want to sit there and put all the stupid little cards in the rotating carousel. Anyways, get to the thrift store, do my usual spiel or whatever, look around. I'm like, well, you got any board games, video games that you just haven't put out? And dude hits me back with, actually, I do. Like, I've got some board games in the house. And I was like, oh, dude, like, plan on getting rid of them. Like, I'd love to take a look. And so he brings out a stack of board games, got a bunch of normal, just, risks and stuff that I have. And the one thing that was in there that was interesting is a 1974 Monopoly. I assume it's like a deluxe edition because it comes in like this faux leather case that like snaps on the front. It's kind of cool. It's like a brown, box pretty much, but it's like faux leather. It's got snaps on the front that close it. You open it up and it's got like beautiful little wooden houses, 2 sets of die, all the cards, all the money. And this one looks relatively unplayed. Like I'm pretty sure this game was maybe opened and put back in the closet because of course it's Monopoly. Everybody was like, get that shit out of here. Come to find out, it's like I said, it's a 1974. It's exactly the same, but it comes in this cool ass little leather case. Now I plan on selling it, right? Because I don't need monopolies. I buy it and get into the car and I was like, I got to look it up because I've never seen this before. They're going between like $80 and $150 for this fucking Monopoly, which to say that is crazy because normally monopolies aren't worth jack. Like they are not games that are good for resale value, but this one just was it was unique enough to where I was just like, I don't care, like I'm gonna buy it. It's $10. And come to find out it's actually one of the few sought after monopolies. Just happens to be from 74 and a collector's item. So I had to bring it up because again, I don't fuck with monopolies. I don't. But this one was cool enough, and I think it's going to work out in my favor in the long run.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right.
But otherwise, chill week. It was a busy week for me with football and doing podcast stuff, and I'm trying to set up the eBay stuff and Facebook Marketplace and this and this and this and this and this. And I don't have kids. I don't know how y'all motherfuckers do it, bro.
I don't know either.
I don't know. People are like, it's a joy. I'm like, this sucks. I don't even have one. And I'm still like, what the fuck? Yeah, no. It's a weird thing. Life.
Yeah, that's a pretty good game too.
Facts.
So Star Wars, for those who like Star Wars like myself, just released a official timeline. Like they released basically eras. So they came up and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different areas that spans thousands of years. So I thought I'd just kind of give a breakdown of each. I'm not necessarily going to go through them, but there's 9 different areas officially now. Like before it was just the Wild West of like, oh, this happened, this, and But there's Dawn of the Jedi, the Old Republic, which might sound familiar because of the game. The High Republic, Fall of the Jedi, Reign of the Empire, and this is kind of where we start getting into the area with Fall of the Jedi of where the movies take place. So we've got Fall of the Jedi, Reign of the Empire. This all kind of makes sense. Age of Rebellion. That's where we get into the original trilogy, the New Republic, and the Rise of the First Order, which is obviously the final trilogy, and then New Jedi Order. But this is all pretty promising for what could be, movies, TV shows that might go not focus on the smaller area, but actually expand to the future as well as the past. So just thought that'd be fun to bring up. People can look it up. It's on the Star Wars, website, and it's out there. So, but I just thought it'd be fun. But
interestingly enough, they don't. I mean, they have some of the games. Did I Survivor? Fallen Order. Okay. I mean, I guess some of the like Pod Racer would be in the new trilogy, right? Like some of
Yeah,
the
that would be.
N64 Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, that'd be like your for sure.
Looking at this
Fault.
list, there's I'm gonna piss some people off, I think here, but most of these I have no idea. I haven't seen most of this shit. I've played
That's all right.
Battlefront. I've seen episodes 1 through 6. I've seen some of the Clone Wars. That's actually pretty good. Other than that, dude, like, damn,
It's a whole lot.
there's a
of
lot.
Gee,
There's a lot of Star Wars stuff.
There's a lot of Star Wars stuff.
So this is official from like Star Wars.
Yeah, this is canon, as you would say in the
Oh,
old.
okay. This is kind of sick that they would put this out. Like, hey, by the way.
Yeah.
And it really kind of gives you an idea because otherwise it was all like hearsay, right? Like people were just kind of throwing stuff where they thought it would fit. And given, I'm sure the Star Wars lore freaks are insane at theory crafting, but
I mean, there's timelines out there you could check to be like, oh, when does specifically this thing happen? And they'll be like 48. It's all based off of when Yavin got exploded, the planet in A New Hope, that when that got blowed up.
oh, okay.
That's kind of before Yavin exploded and after kind of Yavin. But that's like timeline bullshit. This is like eras, so that way it's like I like that they like stuck stuff in like here's where the Bad Batch happened and now you know where the New Hope is, and so it's just kind of fun, different. But
Yeah, it is kind of neat because it does. I mean, it spans, I assume, like hundreds of years.
Yeah, it's thousands of years because Dawn of the Jedi, there just talks that they're gonna make a movie that regards like the first person who discovered the Force, if you will, or whatever. So that's kind of neat.
Oh,
but
interesting.
yeah.
I dig it. That's kind of cool. Like I said, that somebody like Star Wars would put this out.
Yeah, when usually they just kind of leave it to the fans to kind of be like,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
why would
when this happened, that.
Yeah, because
So.
I mean, the fans are good at that shit.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. I like that.
We had some trailers drop on us that I just wanted to get your opinions about. The first one is Pet Sematary Bloodlines, which is kind of a prequel to the original or remake.
Okay. I was gonna ask because like I when I was watching the trailers again earlier, like made a little note list, because we're professional. My first question was if it was a sequel or a remake or what. So it's a prequel to the Pet Sematary that we know, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yes. Yes.
Is this a Stephen King joint?
I don't think so. I think it's Stephen King adjacent, whereas in like
I mean, he created the rights.
He created the lore of it all, and they're just kind of taking like, oh, what's the story before the story kind of thing. So yeah, it takes place in 1969. So
okay, yeah, because I was curious if like, if he had any, any of the writing, I guess.
Yeah, probably. I don't believe so. Not on this. I think as far as just the general, like, oh, he set it up, but they got, or maybe he was. His name is attached to it, but I wonder if that's just kind of like originally written by credit kind of thing.
That would be my guess, right? Is of course it's gonna have because it's Stephen King's Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. This one is that David Duchovny?
That is, yes.
Okay. I also wrote David Duchovny ? Because this motherfucker ages like nobody I've ever seen because he doesn't age, but he looks exactly the same but older. It's weird. I don't know. He's definitely he's an odd one. This kind of looks freaky.
Yeah.
Like this kind of looked pretty good. Like the first Pet Sematary was, I'm sure the book read crazy, especially when it came out. The movie is weird and almost sad in like a he just wants his kid back way, right?
Yes.
So it has that like weird edge to it when you're watching that one. That's like this is supposed to be scary, but instead I just feel real sorry for this guy, and that kid is a demon.
That kid is a demon.
This one, on the other hand,
yeah, man, that original That was one of those movies that, like, as a kid, scared the absolute living hell out of me. From Cade getting run over and then brought back, and then the fucking cat, and all the other bullshit that happens in that movie. Like, no, that's one of those ones with like Poltergeist that legitly was like. It took me a while to actually go back to watch that because it was so like.
Huh.
But,
Interesting. I wouldn't think that, right? Because like for me, it was kind of the opposite. Where like I watched it when I was growing up. I've watched it as an adult. I watched the new one, and all of them were just kind of like, okay, like I mean, yeah, like it makes sense. Like of course, like yeah, you don't come back the same way, right? You're never
no.
the same after death.
Did you ever
That's
watch the one that came out like last year or whatever?
the one where they switched the boy and the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did watch that one.
Yeah.
I feel like we did. We might have just talked about it enough that I was just like, cool, I've seen it.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
yeah, because that's kind of the biggest thing is like the cat comes back, it's an asshole, and then they do the old switch, and you know, it was more of a zombie kind of. Oh, gotta hide my zombie child from the neighbors, you know, like.
Yeah.
There was some creepy stuff they did, but nothing that was like, I don't know. But
yeah. This
what
one
do you
looks
think?
good.
Definitely one to
I'm
watch,
in.
right?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, me too.
Especially because it's coming out streaming. Like, I mean, we talked about it a little bit last week. I don't do very well in theaters.
Yeah,
So, like, the fact that you're bringing this to my home, I'm in.
absolutely. Up next, we've got the Goosebumps series, the 2023 one. Um, what are your thoughts?
I'm ready. First of all, Justin Long.
Fuck yeah, let's go. That's our dude.
Let's go, dude. Like as soon as I saw Justin Long, I was like, I don't care, I'm in. You know, and like the way that this seems dark, right? I think this is kind of coming off of that, like, I don't know, that Sabrina feel, right? Where Goosebumps was a kid's series, right? The Fear Street was the young adult side of it.
Yeah.
Goosebumps,
Yep.
this kind of has that Sabrina feel where, given Sabrina was based off of the actual comic, whereas the Melissa Joan Hart one was a child's play on the original comic. This
For
seems
sure.
to be doing the opposite, where they're going like, oh, we can make this a little darker, especially nowadays. Because I mean, we've talked about it, right? Kids nowadays are different than like even when we were growing up, and then even different than, you know, back when.
Yeah.
But I dig it. I mean, the one thing I know, there was a couple things that are in there, but the best one that I liked, the one like shout out that they did was the say cheese and die.
Yeah,
When
that's
he's like,
kind of seems like it's a big plot point, actually.
yeah, and I like that book. First of all, I think it has a cool
It's very good.
premise, and
Yeah.
like that was the thing that they threw out there. But the fact that it seems like a darker Goosebumps story with stories that were kind of kiddish in general, but again, I mean, those are some of the things that introduced us to horror, especially reading it. You
Yeah.
know, kids that read Goosebumps grew up to read Stephen King, and that was something in its own.
Yeah, if you weren't reading Stephen King, then you're reading R.L. Stein as a kid. Like,
yeah,
he's the
because your
equivalent
parents
of-
were reading Stephen King.
Yeah, and they're
My-
like, hey, you want something spooky? Here's Goosebumps.
Yeah, my mom read the entirety of the Stephen King library as it came out. So for me, Goosebumps were it. Like those were the
Yeah.
things, because I mean, I liked horror movies and stuff at a pretty young age, but yeah, the Goosebumps that, I mean, again, you had me at Justin Long. You didn't even have to show me a trailer. Starring
right?
Justin Long, I was like, oh, I'm in. But it looks good, dude.
Yeah.
It looks good. I like it. And that
Do
one's
you
coming
think
to like
they're-
Disney and Hulu, right?
Yeah, it's another one of those ones that's just, it's going to be everywhere. So it's going to be easily accessible by everybody, which is a super smart way to do it. Don't try to hide it behind a wall. That way more people can watch it. So that way they'll
100%.
watch it and we'll want more of it. But like, it's fun that
I
there's an
like it.
actor that you
I
could just
love
be
it.
like, oh, there's Justin Long. That's all we need. But like, my question is, how many books do you think they're going to pull things from? Obviously, we've seen the say cheese and die. How many other do you think they're going to do? Oh, what's the Yeti one that you like so much? The San
Abominable
Francisco-
Snowman of Pasadena. Do I think they're going to do
Thank
that?
you,
No,
thank you.
I don't, because that story takes place in like multiple states, right? Like they go to Alaska or Yukon.
I mean, there's some snow in it. Like,
Yeah, it seems like it's based up in like Washington or something.
yeah,
They got to do. Uh, I mean, you almost have to do Haunted Mask. You do say
Oh
Cheese
yeah,
and Die.
they're definitely doing the Slappy books.
You got
I
to do
forgot-
Slappy. I mean, do you do like Monster Blood? Monster Blood would be a good one.
There's so fucking many. My
Uh,
God, how many there was.
yeah,
Fucking-
it's interesting because like when the Jack Black movies came out, right? They did like
Yeah, they just did the big monsters that got freed.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and so it was like you had a 6 or 7 books in that one.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
wonder if
know.
they're. I
I
just wonder if they're gonna go that route and try to like obviously we've got the one that we're aware of, but if they're gonna kind of, or if they're just gonna do nods to like the different ones that are out
yeah,
there.
because you got to think with the show that came out, they did episodes for each book, where this does not look
It's so good that
like
way.
this does not look like each episode is going to be a different book. This looks like a continuous story that incorporates things from a lot of the books. You know,
And you really could just
did
kind
they
of do.
did they do an episode? Do you know how many episodes it was cleared for?
I think it's 10.
I imagine 10.
Everything I'm seeing shows like Justin Long's in 10 episodes, so I assume that
I
since he
think
seems
they
like
do 15 books in 10 episodes with 3 main continuations of books. Slappy, of course. Haunted Mask, I imagine's in there one way, shape, or form.
be
I
something
was
with
really
like
expecting after like Justin Long sucked in all the dark smoke or whatever that his eyes turned green. That would have been the only other thing that would have been dope. Like the doggy did.
yeah.
I'd have been money for that.
Oh my gosh, let's go. Yeah, heck yeah. God,
I'm super hyped for this. This is a must watch, binge watch when it. When did they announce it? Like when?
October 13th.
Oh,
Appropriate,
coming up
right?
Friday the
Like,
13th.
come on, let's go.
Friday the 13th in October? Come on.
It's a good year. It's a good year.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
We're gonna do a deep dive on Goosebumps one of these times. If we haven't already, I don't recall. I don't think we have, right? Discussion for another time.
I don't think we have, no.
But that's one we definitely need to talk about, just so we can kind of go through and chat on that.
I 100% agree.
Oh, this next one. So years ago, Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez got together and they did these Grindhouse films. Well, part of the fun of that was that they had a couple of their pals, Rob Zombie, Eli Roth, make these fake movie trailers. One of them being Hobo with a Shotgun. There was a movie called Don't. And then, of course, Rob Zombie's was the Werewolf Woman of the SS. And now we're getting the other movie that's called... Oh, there was also Machete. I forgot about Machete. That was another one.
That movie came out, right?
Yeah. Oh, and he had like three movies with it. Fantastic. Okay. Go check those out. If you like B-level, like action horror kind of weirdness, go check out Danny Trejo's Machete. But we're getting a Thanksgiving movie based off of that trailer, which there are beats from like the trailer that was in the Grindhouse films. That they actually like pull off again for like there's a part where a girl's jumping on the trampoline and like at one point she jumps down and there's a knife that goes through and clearly no, so yeah. But
I was curious on this one because I literally wrote down why, where is this from, like is there lore on this? So that makes sense because all I could think was like Violent Night that came out with David Harbour. They're like, oh, we did a Christmas one that was pretty badass. Like, I bet we could do a Thanksgiving one. Because otherwise, like, why would you do a Thanksgiving horror movie? It makes no sense. It's like the most wholesome holiday, given its roots. We're not going to talk about its roots, but it's like the most wholesome holiday for Americans, right? Where we're just like, oh, get the family together. We're going to eat and sleep and nap and play football. But just for it to turn around and be it's a slasher, I assume.
Oh, it's absolutely a slasher. It's straight up horror movie. It's got this guy who looks like an old timey pilgrim going around taking people out on Turkey Day. So
I'm ready. Dude, I'm so ready for fall. Like this one doesn't turn the needle other than the fact of who it's done by and where it came from, I guess now.
Yeah.
But it's just like it gets me giddy inside thinking we get to the point where shit like this is happening, and I'm just like, I got a pumpkin spice candle in my bedroom right now. Like we're having at fall. I have a hard on for fall.
It's so good. Oh my
This is
god.
my least favorite of the three,
Yeah,
but still kind of exciting.
I'm with you, but like just for the sheer like, oh my god, they're almost completed the whole like set of fake trailers, and we actually have movies to go with these fake trailers. Is kind
Well,
of
now we just
fantastic.
need to get like the Easter Bunny murder spree, you know?
Yeah. Arbor Day when the trees like the ants come alive and like
Oh, dude, yeah. Where is Isengard?
to Isengard. Uh, oh yeah, and the last one I added, which was just kind of for me because I did a retro num 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 on it, was the Chicken Run 2.
I did not watch this one yet.
It's okay. I didn't really watch it either. It was enough for me to just go, "Oh, they're making it. I'm cool."
Yeah, I'm in.
But yeah, it's just
Because Chicken Run is the Wallace and Gromit creator.
Yeah,
Okay.
oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Aardman film, the Aardman claymation folks who do Wallace and Gromit did the original Chicky Run.
I think that movie was underrated for when it came out.
That's so much fun.
I still like
going back
claymation.
and watching it and going like, God damn, there's something about it that's creepy but kind of like amazing all at the same time.
Go check out the Retro Num Num Num.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go to the YouTube and check that one out. Yeah. Fantastic. Anyway, that's coming out. That's neither here nor there. That was just for me. I had to share that because it's so much fun.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're just putting on shit that you like.
I mean, that's kind of my whole brand, brah. Moving on, we're staying in the realm of animation. There's a fun collaboration between Crocs, because why not, and Shrek.
I hate you even more.
Have you seen these?
No, I haven't seen shit, bro. It said Crocs. I wasn't clicking that link. At least not before we got on here. Look, I'm fucking jaded because like I wore Crocs when they weren't fucking cool. Told everyone how awesome Crocs were. Got made fun of. And then now, fucking 10 years later, just like Champion makes a goddamn comeback. Like, bitch, those were poor people clothes when I was growing up. It wasn't cool when I was wearing Champion in 6th grade. It means my parents couldn't afford Nike. And now I can't afford Champion. What the fuck? Let's take a look at these sad shits.
Well,
I'm already pissed, bro. I haven't even clicked on the link.
And they've got these fun gibbets that look like Shrek's
why do I like these fucking
Shrek's
things?
ears. And then the fun little athletic sandal or strap that's on it has like Shrek's like vest kind of look to it. And they're like perfectly lime green Shrek color. Like they are Shrek to the T.
They're $60.
Yeah. And then they have more gibbet charms, as you do, that are Shrek.
I hate that it's called that. I hate everything about this.
Donkey puss and
bro,
boots,
is it me?
Dragon.
Or did they make the Crocs look dirty?
You think they make look dirty?
Yeah, it looks like someone spilled fucking Coke on them.
Oh, maybe that's to give like freckles, or I mean, it is Shrek. He's an ogre. He lives in a swamp.
Yeah, so but dude, why does it look like my Crocs are perpetually muddy? This is all bad, dude. This is like you take the nose off, leave the ears. The nose was just unfortunate.
If I saw somebody's wearing these, I would have to run up to him and give him a high five because that's too much fun.
And if I see you wearing them, I'm gonna kick you in the balls. Hard enough to lift you off the ground.
And if I had $60 to spend, it definitely wouldn't be on a pair of Crocs.
Look, if it cost me $60 to kick you in the balls, I will buy them for you, sir. I have PayPal credit. I'm gonna be like, put them on. Go ahead, do it.
You know, it's sad.
Do it. They're a gift. You better put them on.
He's gonna give me $60 and I can buy some shitty.
You probably wear the same size shoe as me. I will give them credit that the stupid pens are cheap. Like, God, they're actually called gibbets. I thought you were just calling them that. Oh my
God. You thought I was cool enough to come up with gibbets?
I don't know. It seems like a word that would come out of your fucking mind, your thought process. Gibbets. It's not the weirdest word you've ever said around me. So
and you know what? If I ever stop saying weird words, you need to just put me in a home.
Yeah, my home.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tiffany, gotta get him away from you. He's poisoning the family with his dumb, normal people words.
Normal people words. He's making sense now. So, for all those people who grew up in the who remember the late 90s, early 2000s, you might remember a little boy band that took over the world called NSYNC. Well, 20-something years later, they've reunited for the new Trolls movie, and they're making a song for it. Isn't that fun?
Okay, two things. It's kind of cool, right? I didn't think about it in a bad way until I read your notice on our Google Doc that says reunited and it feels like a cash grab. And I was like, oh shit, he right. Like, but is there like an NSYNC member that's not filthy rich?
I think they're all well off. Like
they all should be fine, right? Like,
yeah.
Didn't Lance Bass get to go to fucking space?
Yes.
Okay. So
and fucking the fat one, Fatone, has his own hot dog chain.
Of course he does.
Yeah, like,
I hear he's an awesome guy though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like not to shout out another podcast, but I think it's Tell 'em Steve Dave. They talk about Fatone a lot, and it's just like, I bet this guy's fucking cool. Especially to think that like his fame comes from fucking NSYNC.
Yeah.
Have I told you that I got to see NSYNC in concert in the height? Yeah, dude. In the height of NSYNC, right when Bye 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 dropped.
Damn, dude.
Bye Bye Bye.
Imagine little Toby going, bye, bye, bye. Yeah.
Bro, I would have been 9 or 10.
Yeah, 9 or 10, yeah.
Yeah, and we got to go see him over in Louisville. It was Mother's Day. My sister, who's a couple years younger than me, wanted to see him real bad. We have pictures of us like waiting outside, waiting for them to walk past and stuff. And but yeah, like it's something that I should be more proud of than I am. And like I have a little small sense of pride and nostalgia because it's fucking NSYNC, right? We know all the words. And like I got to see them in concert back when I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to be here. I don't boy bands. I want to see Christina Aguilera. And instead, like I look back now and I'm like, motherfucker, you got to see NSYNC. Try to get a ticket to Taylor Swift now. I got to see NSYNC. Like fuck Taylor Swift. I mean, I love Swift, but yeah. It makes sense on the Trolls thing, especially because Justin Timberlake has a history with the Trolls movies. And maybe this is him throwing them a bone. Like, hey boys, I've been banging them.
It really is, because like the whole storyline, here we go into the trailer, is that like turns out, surprise, Branch is actually part of a boy band that used to be, because they live in a world of music, blah blah blah, this and that, whatever. So, but they disbanded, and they kind of kicked him out of the band, so that's why he became grumpy and like didn't want to sing, you know. But then he sings, and then all of a sudden the boy band's back for the third movie. So who else are you gonna have play as his brothers than his former boy band brothers? The NSYNC boys.
I love it.
It's kind of great.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard a bad thing about any of those guys.
Yeah.
Like, Justin Timberlake only gets bad, but he doesn't even get bad publicity.
Yeah, the only thing he gets bad is because he mispronounced me and said May.
May. It's gonna be May. No, Justin, it's September.
It's me?
Yeah, I mean, look. It's fine. I'm kind of hyped for this. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. And the movie's all pretty good, so I'm hoping this one is good.
And it's in sync. Like, why not play on our nostalgia? I mean, literally, we're doing a podcast on it.
And that's why I brought it up, too, because, like, I remember back in the day, like, watching TRL and be like, oh, fuck those boy bands, piece of shit.
Show me Green Day.
Yeah, no, it'd be like, let's get some more Korn or Slipknot on there, you know, like. And now I'm like, if it comes on the radio, I'm like, crank that shit, let's rock.
Yeah, bye, 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 doing the little hand claps.
Yo, you know it, like, do the whole, like.
I know the dance, bitch. Be my marionette. I am your marionette.
That's right. That's right. They were the whole, like, well.
Yeah,
anyway.
dude. I used to have the dolls.
That's wild.
Yeah. Oh, goddamn. My life is in shambles.
It's a good life.
Go ahead.
I don't even know. Oh, this next one's a weird one. So like they're doing an audio drama for Buffy the Vampires in that universe, and they're getting like a bunch of all like everybody but like Sarah Michelle Gellar to come back and do like voices for it. But I just thought it was kind of a neat thing to bring back because like evidently they're going to tie up some loose ends for certain characters and stuff, and they've got James Marsters who played as oh boy,
Spike.
I forgot his name. Spike, thank you. Good Lord, how embarrassing. But yeah, just kind of a fun thing that I thought I'd throw out there for those who might not be aware, but those who
I
probably
didn't watch all the way through Buffy.
Yeah.
This one doesn't do it. This one doesn't do it for me.
I'm a huge fan of like the original film that didn't star Sarah Michelle Gellar, who had Paul Rubens in it, and the show was fine. But again, I didn't attack myself to that.
No, I wasn't like. It's weird because I guess my occult like stuff didn't start till later on in life, right? So like, especially vampires. Like I was never a fan of vampires, right? It always seemed like get out of my personal space. You're not gonna get to my neck, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like Lost Boys was like dope. And people are like, interview with the vampire. I don't know. There's something too proper about vampires for me. And maybe it's because they've been around since the proper times.
There's so many rules with vampires, have like the most amount of rules and like ways to defeat them. But even though they're kind of hard to defeat, but they're kind of not. Like,
yeah, they're real
if you
simple
could stop
killings.
a vampire, be like, hey, you're not welcome inside my house, and that's it. And then you're like safe. Like, I don't know. There's some that's a little like, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I do like the audio drama stuff though. I think it's cool. Yeah. Like sometimes it works out very well because like, I mean, I love Audible anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things where I tell people all the time that a good Audible narrator and book is better than any movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Like I've read better books or I say read, but I've listened to better books on Audible than movies that I've seen. You know, there's something about allowing my imagination to decide and then having a narrator just put it all out in front of me, especially a good one, that is unbeatable. So something like this, especially if you're a Buffy fan, it's kind of cool. I think it'll probably have its own little following, but chances are I won't be one of them. And it's nothing against them. It's just not my steez.
It's not your thing. But I don't know. I hope they put a little production around it where if they do like, have scenes, so to speak, that they have like background, sounds and stuff. So it feels like you're listening to an episode almost to a degree.
Normally it does with stuff like that. Like they're pretty high production value.
It's so wild how much this medium has changed over the last, not even that long, really.
It's cool. Some of it's awesome.
Disney is celebrating 100 years of doing this thing.
Do they really count the first like 20 years though? Bunch of racist pigs back then.
Oh come on!
I mean, dude, you've seen Song of the South.
Good. I am one of the.
Stutter now, you racist bastard.
We've seen it, and I remember singing "zippity doo da zippity" and not realizing, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, this is bad. I've never seen it. It was banned by the time I was of age, and I'm searching for it on VHS right now because it's
buried that shit, man.
Oh, dude, buried because they just dropped all the Steamboat stuff for whatever on Disney Plus too. I saw, and it's like they immediately came out and was like, "This will not be a part of it." Like, don't even ask.
Oh, yeah.
Good on you, Disney.
Yeah, they've erased certain things that were a little like of the time that just don't work in the times now.
Well, and Walt Disney, I mean, I don't want to justify anything that he did, but he was definitely like one of those people. Now that we look back in history, it's just like, oh, you were an old timer. Like, maybe not so great.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Disney does have that. But when you're around for 100 years, you're bound 100%. To have a few skeletons in the closet. But yeah, they're releasing this pretty fantastic bundle set. It's a massive 100 movie legacy animated film Blu-ray box set that costs, brace yourself, $1,500.
Oh my God, I was gonna say 16.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, buy two. But it
Dude,
contains
comic book movies, comicbook.com. Can't look at
comic.
it. Continue with ads. I'm not turning off my ad blocker. I'm sorry. It's
So
not
much-
going to happen.
so
Extreme, you don't
many.
get to see this one.
Yeah, it basically contains 100 animated films from the beginning, from Snow White all the way to Elemental, the movie that just came
Okay,
out
the new
this
one.
year.
And
So
they have more movies than that? Like
oh
Disney,
yeah. Like
They're just,
they certainly did cover a lot,
but like
but there's
Lion King and Aladdin, all that stuff I assume is in there.
yeah,
Mary Poppins.
not Mary Poppins. This is all animated stuff.
Oh, it's all animated. Okay.
So
Ooh.
I mean, for that alone, it's really kind of cool because Snow White came in 1937. So before that, they did a lot of like shorts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm surprised, and it's probably for the best that we don't get into the Snow White drama.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not,
yeah.
we're not doing that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so it has the movies. It comes in this hardbound 3-volume set, unfolds like a storybook.
That's cool.
There's a lot of neat things that come with it, but yeah, the price tag is $1,500.
Which is okay. Two things. First of all, that's absolutely insane. That is an astronomical price tag for any sort of physical media. Second, they're gonna sell out, and that's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
It's wild. Pre-orders have begun. I wonder if they're already sold out. I'm sure they have at this point.
It would not surprise me. That is an absolutely astronomical number to attach, and it's all Blu-ray, I imagine.
Yep.
You get digital
4K,
versions? Does it say?
4K Blu-ray. I mean, if you want digital versions, just go to Disney Plus and you can watch all of those movies.
Oh, you mean for $17.99 a month?
Yeah, for whatever you're paying a month or yearly. So, because all those films are there, and I mean, for those who are like us, who are like, they like having physical coolness, it's definitely something that if I had the money, or if money wasn't an object, then it would be something I'd be like, well,
in 10 years, you're going to find this shit at the thrift store for $20.
Dude, if you find it, you come across it, you'll make this a real happy guy.
Okay.
The brain doesn't always work. So through my travels through the interwebs, I stumbled upon this, and I don't know if I brought this up before or not, but I feel like I didn't. But there's this brand called Numbskull that has these rubber duckies they call tubs, and they're all these like pop culture referencey. They're almost like Funko Pops, but
that's what I was about to say.
Rubber duckies. So like kind of the big one that brought me to this was they have this huge size Jaws, which Jaws, the shark in that movie, is nicknamed Bruce. But they have this huge one, and so I went down the rabbit hole, and they've got like Resident Evil bullshit and
they
Dark
have a bunch
Souls,
of stuff. I mean,
like,
Cade 6 and Destiny of the Stranger ones. Look, I don't want to shit on them because they've got fucking Lemmy from Motorhead.
It's kind of wild the amount of like different. I mean, it's Funko Pops. Like they've got everybody.
Yeah, they really do. Just kind of the licenses are absolutely. The Aussie duck looks pretty legit.
Fucking
actually,
John
I have a thing
Hammond.
against ducks at this point for the whole Jeep thing. The Aussie one is sick. He's holding a bat. Oh my god, he's got Aussie tattooed across his knuckles. He's shitting me.
It's so cool.
This is a problem.
It's so wild.
The Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus one. It's just a duck dressed up in a Dilophosaurus costume.
It's adorable the way that they're like,
the Power Ranger ducks. Come on, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these are cool. I hate to say it.
It's hard.
The Lord of the Rings Balrog.
Yeah. You know what's up. But yeah, that was something that I just had to bring up and show you because, like,
how much are they?
Well, I don't know. I never
Shop
clicked
now.
on one because I was too scared.
Buy them from Amazon.
Oh,
they're $25
for a rubber ducky. Like,
yeah, the Nun one is pretty sick though. This thing is actually slightly creepy. Huh? They look like they're all like currently unavailable. Oh, the Bride of Chucky Tiffany Valentine one currently unavailable. Dracula's $17.
Okay, all right.
Pennywise is 20. The Mummy is 13. So they kind of vary. I guess depending. I don't know if these are actually done by Amazon or sold by like third party.
Yeah, they might just be a partnership with Amazon.
15 to 25 bucks.
You know. It's a fun gift if you're looking for something unique to kind of give out to.
It is that I could agree with, because it is something where it's like, oh, I know you love this, and it's just like, cool, here's a rubber ducky.
Yeah, instead of going for the, typical, oh, I can get you a Deadpool pop, Funko
I mean,
Pop
at this
thing.
point,
Oh,
what
here's
would
a
you
rubber
rather
ducky.
have though? Like the pop, I don't know. I'm not a pop fan either. Like, I have pops in the house, don't get me wrong, but like I don't
We all
collect
do.
or anything like that. Most of my pops are like stuck in something. Like, we have a group pop figurine that's stuck in a plant pot. I have a
Naturally.
Sharknado one that goes in the shower. Like, just random shit like that. Like, our pops get mistreated. But yeah, it's not something I'd want to like have it collectible wise, right? Like, I'm gonna set that on a shelf. It's gonna get sat somewhere and displayed.
But neat stuff. Sometimes we like to highlight cool things that you can go and support yourself.
Go back.
Well, there's this one that we stumbled across called Neon Fear, a Friday the 13th fan film. And it's like wild. It's like we're in the future where like they've taken the DNA and made these weird cybernetic clones of Jason to hunt down mankind, and now for them to fight back, they're going to travel back in time to get Jason to take out these cybernetic fools, is my understanding of it. Like and some of the wild things is for $1,000 you can actually be in the film, and $69 you can get your face in the movie, and Blu-rays and all this other stuff. So
I'm down.
It's so wild.
Signed special edition Blu-ray for $35. Your face in the movie for $70.
Yeah. 75, you kind of get the whole thing. Like, and it just kind of goes up from there. Oh, get your voice in the movie.
Your voice in the movie.
Like, do I get to choose what I'm voicing? Because I want to voice one of the Jasons. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Look,
producer credit. It just
no one's claimed the associate producer. And I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of tempting. It's only $200, right? Friday the 13th is my favorite horror film series of all time, right? It would cost me $200 to get my name in a Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That's not a bad price.
I mean,
I could ask that for a birthday. Star in the movie for $1,000. Star in the movie sold out. So somebody's already paid the $1,000 to be in it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, why wouldn't you?
The associate producer. Oof.
There's another star in the movie, 1,000 open, so there's another one not claimed.
Yeah, but I could just get my name in it, plus get all the other stuff, right? Like, I would get the Blu-ray, assumably.
I imagine it works that way, where it's like everything underneath it, you get those perks as well.
Yeah, I doubt I would get the face in the movie one if I bought the associate producer one, right?
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
Or my voice in the movie.
But I guess let's see what all you get. Let's see. You get an IMDb credit in the film. You are the associate producer. But I don't know. We were looking at that, and the just the bundle alone for you're like $35, and I could help support a like a movie that would kind of looks dope if you get a chance. It
kind of looks sick. I love synthwave retro 80s neon.
Yeah. Oh, it's so like
mix that with my favorite fucking masked villain of all time. Like,
yeah,
dude, can I do this with PayPal credit?
It's on Indiegogo for anybody who's interested. I don't see when they're stopping the
it looks like some of these are October. Estimated shipping November of 2023.
So I
I
imagine,
imagine that's going to get backed a little bit, like put off a little bit, because that's pretty close.
that's so close. Like normally to make a movie and do all that like takes some time. To make a movie takes some time.
I mean, once you have it all put together, I imagine production, especially if you're doing it in small batch, probably isn't horrible.
True.
They have 355 backers, so you're making less than 500 Blu-rays. Probably not a bad turnaround. I don't think it's going to make the November date, but that might be something awesome. I wonder if we could get Retronomipod. Each one of us throw $100. Associate producer Retronomipod.
Oh, that'd be wild, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That might be a conversation for off mic, but like,
yeah, just plant that seed there for a second.
Let me see if I can wrangle us another person in to kind of help our cost a bit.
Oh, we know his name. I think he'd be in. Maybe.
If
that's cool. I like that. That's a cool find. I'm in. Chances are I'm probably going to back that one.
Again, just for those who Neon Fear, Friday the 13th film, it's on Indiegogo. So just to make that clear for anybody who's didn't hear me the first go around, because I know it's exciting news.
But that's cool. I like that.
So we all like Stranger Things, and sometimes they do some really cool stuff, like, I don't know, taking their fictional ice cream shop and actually bringing it to life with Scoops Ahoy. They're coming out with a bunch of flavors and they're releasing them to the market.
Let me guess. I imagine Walmart.
Hey, you nailed it. Walmart loves to grab a hold and be like, here we go. But these flavors sound fantastic. We've got the USS Butterscotch, mint flair.
This one's interesting. Is this strawberry?
Which one?
The mint flair?
I think it's a chocolate chip mint. Is what I would.
Here we go.
Oh,
it tells us. Mint flair flavor profile. Bust open the flavor gates with this mint ice cream concoction. Melted together with rainbow confetti particles and chocolate chunks that might just blow your mind. Okay, it's just pink for no reason then?
It's just rainbow confetti inside of a mint ice cream.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
That's fine. Sorry, I didn't realize they had the flavors and stuff before. I was just looking at the picture.
I know there's two on here that are just absolutely gonna blow my fucking mind.
Okay, so butterscotch chocolate pudding. Pretty standard chocolate.
I imagine that's delicious.
Yeah,
it's got to be, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Cinnamon bun bites.
Can't go wrong. It's like cinnamon toast crunch in ice cream form. I like it.
Fantastic. Triple decker extravaganza, which is let's see. It is vanilla and butter ice cream swirled with maple ribbons, chocolate peanut butter candy, and Elle's favorite waffle bites.
The fact that they have little bites of like Eggo, I mean, given it's probably not Eggo, but little bites of waffle inside that, like, I'm in. We gotta find these. Enjoy with season 2, episode 3.
Oh, that's fun. I didn't notice that. God, I really should read these things before I post them, huh? It'll never happen, but it's a nice little thing
I like
to
doing
shoot
it live.
Pineapple upside down, which
is
pineapple is the play.
Yeah, this is the one, dude. Chunks of pound cake and salted caramel swirls. Oh, this is just, yeah.
Man, they did a good job with the pictures because every single one of them is very.
Yeah, dude, they're kind of epic.
It's like, well done.
You guys want to see these pictures? We are streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Retronomipod. I do show them live. This last one looks great too.
And the Void, which just is this black rocky road looking thing.
It's black vanilla ice cream filled with strawberry ribbons. I'm already in. And decadent vanilla cream cookie pieces.
Damn.
Man.
Heck yeah, dude. What good Good on you, Netflix and Stranger Things.
Look, there's times, and we've talked about it in the past, there's times where stuff like this doesn't work.
Yeah.
They don't miss on the Stranger Things stuff. Given their pizza was mid at best.
Yeah.
But it was fucking cool. And I still bought it for $7 instead of getting the $4 Tony's, which is pretty good in my opinion. But they're going to charge $5 a piece for these things. I'm going to buy every fucking one of them.
I mean, we've got to try them. There's no way we're not.
Dude, we're going to be drunk on milk, cereal, and stupid fucking Eggo bunch bruises. Brunch boozes. There's a little dyslexia there.
Oh shit, man. It's pretty fantastic.
This is going to be a problem. This winter is going to be well, you're already doing it, but I'm going to come to the gym with you. Because we're going to need it.
We're going to need it.
It's going to be a problem.
Unfortunately, it doesn't say when they're releasing it or anything like that, but I imagine it's got to be soon to kind of quell our,
I mean, season 5 is supposed to come out summer of next year, right?
Yeah, which with all the hoopla
it says
going
you
on
can
in
take a look at the
Hollywood.
menu below for every flavor from the Upside Down Dreams that you can find exclusively at Walmart and walmart.com/Netflix now.
Oh, is
So
it
it looks like you
available?
can buy it now. Yeah, you can buy it now. They're
Holy
$5 a pop.
Dude, you nailed the price. That's impressive. You're gonna go up prices right, and you're gonna.
The price is wrong, bitch.
The price is wrong. Pal. Dang, look at that. Well, shoot, I know what I'm doing.
Does Walmart take PayPal credit?
Your credit card's gonna call you and be like, "Hey, we noticed a lot of
Look, PayPal credit. If I spend over $100, they give me 6 months to pay it off interest free. So, how many of these do I need? A bunch.
There's 7 flavors?
6 flavors.
6 flavors. I know math.
I
It's
can
hard.
words.
I can words. I can words. This was just a fun little thing. They're gonna bring Nightmare Before Christmas out just in time for its 30th anniversary, which is this year, and they're gonna bring it out to theaters again for both Halloween and Christmas. That was just something I thought I'd
That's
share,
cool.
'cause it's-
Quick question, and then we can move on. Is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? I know we've discussed this in the past, but I want to see if your answers stay straight. It's not
it's
both.
both.
Can't be both.
It's fucking
cannot be
can be
both.
both.
Nope. And I'll tell you why the minute that you admit to me which one it is.
It's both.
No, it is not.
It's a Thanksgiving movie.
No, it's not.
Gather all your friends around. Enjoy some.
Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie. It is a Halloween movie. It can be watched during Christmas time, but it is not a Christmas movie. And I'll tell you why. It can't be a movie about a holiday that's already passed. You can't make it a Halloween movie, or you can't make it a Christmas movie because it's based at Halloween, right? The whole point is Halloween based. It's a Halloween movie, and it gets you excited for what comes after, and that's Christmas, because Halloween starts the greatest time of year. Christmas ends that time of year. It's a Halloween movie that you can watch at Christmas. There's a right answer to that question, and yours was wrong.
Hey man, I'm on your side, bro. Like, it's
No.
cool.
No.
It's cool.
No. No.
It's
Move
cool.
along.
Put the gun down and walk away.
Only the
Oh my
live viewers
gosh.
are supposed to see that.
Holy moly, hang on a second. I did not know that would open to music. Holy crap. Anyway, the American Licorice Company is releasing, the guys who make Red Vines and Sour Patch Kids and stuff are releasing a game. How do I access that without having the volume going? That's going to be weird.
I'm glad you told me because I am not opening this link.
Okay, yeah, don't do it because that will... basically, they're coming out with a party pack Halloween game that has games and all these other things. It's kind of mute at this point because if I can't access it, I can't exactly tell you about it. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm moving on. We're fucking moving on from this
Done.
bullshit until I can figure it out next week, next whatever.
Maybe
we
you'll hear
record
about it,
next-
maybe you won't. You'll have to tune in to find out.
Fucking shit. But speaking of 30th anniversaries, Conan O'Brien just celebrated 30 years of doing comedy for the masses.
Is that what you'd call what he does?
Comedy?
God,
You
that
son
was a
of a
good one.
bitch.
I thought you were tall.
Nope, I'm not giving you the time of date on that.
The time of date.
The time of date is 9/19.
That's the anyways.
It's the date. But it's not the time. Anyway, he's celebrating 30 years, and after taking over for David Letterman as the host of the late night show all those years ago, he's still doing it now. He's got the podcast going. He's come back with a show on Netflix where he travels and meets fans from around the world. But I still listen to him. I still watch him. I remember watching that first episode. It was one of those things that I'd stay up late just to specifically watch him, not Jay Leno. And that's, yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy because he's had Andy Richter and shit too, like forever. It's funny because I was not a Conan fan like while he was, Conan. But like as he's gotten out of the late night talk show, just because I never watched late night talk shows, but like I've become more of a fan of him as I get to see like some of his off-brand shit and like just clips and stuff. He's a genuinely funny man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like,
and he's a lot taller than you would think.
He's 6'4".
Yeah, okay. See, yeah. That's crazy. Because I would guess that he's Andy Richter's height most of the time.
Which Andy Richter's like 6'2".
No way.
Andy Richter's
way,
tall,
that's right.
Oh,
No
dude.
way.
All right. Here we go. Andy
He's
Richter.
6'1". You got to be shitting me, bro.
Yeah, he's a big dude. So, like.
That's kind of crazy. The more you know.
The more you know.
That's
but
crazy.
Yeah,
30 years he's been out doing his shit.
And he's good. And I'm with you. I think I prefer when he's doing like the comedy skits or like, let me go to this, place.
He's a
and like
smart
just be
ass.
me. And he's just so
like
good.
Like there's times where he says stuff that I don't think the people catch it, but like when I catch it, I'm like, this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He really slipped that one in there on us.
So fucking quick with his quips and
yeah,
stuff.
he is. I give him credit. That's cool though. It's crazy to think that he's been around. 25th anniversary of the first episode of Late Night with Conan O'Brien, but the 30th anniversary of Conan being around.
Yeah. Because he was a writer for SNL and
Yep.
Simpsons, as everybody knows. But yeah, that's
cool.
fun.
Good for him.
And going on with our theme of like celebrating the fact that 2023 has so many fun things that happened so many years ago. The Fraggle Rock is celebrating 40 years. Fraggle Rock.
I wonder if every kid in the last 40 years thought that Fraggle Rock came out with them. Because my assumption was, I don't know if I realized that Fraggle Rock was that old. I was just like, oh no, Fraggle Rock came out when I was a kid. Apparently not.
It's got a charm.
Apparently not.
Apparently so, because but yeah, it's
40 years.
Let's see. We've got some fun facts. If you want to know some fun facts, the actor behind Doc on the show is actually Doc in Boondock Saints. The bartender.
The bartender.
In the movie.
Make like a tree and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, make like a tree and fuck off. Yeah, fantastic.
That's cool. Awesome.
The Fraggles were almost called Woozles.
Fraggles is so much better.
Fraggles is so much better. It was the first North American television show to reach the Soviet Union.
Okay.
What an
Weird
achievement.
flex Russia, but okay.
Yeah, at this point, it's like, I don't know if that's so great.
We always joke that Fraggle Rock led to the end of the Cold War. I mean...
Did it, though? Did it, though? Did it, Jim Henson? Some Fraggles are named after film equipment or techniques. That's just kind of fun. Traveling Matt. Gobo. It's fun stuff. Fraggle Rock spawned from an animated spin-off. See, I thought the animated came first. Isn't that weird?
No Fraggle is an island.
No Fraggle is an island. You can spot Fraggle Rock characters in Muppet movies. I think everybody knows that.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jim Henson, so.
you know, it's like Sesame Street, Muppets, Fraggles, everything in between. You kind of see
They
them all.
literally they were pulling from the bottom of the barrel with some of these quote unquote facts.
Yeah. Those are some facts. I'm not going to
Yeah.
go through all the rest of them.
Yeah,
Some
because
are,
they're garbage.
they're not as good as the other ones where you're like, okay, good time. So, as many people are trying to fight AI as possible, White Castle has embraced them thoroughly because, you know, when you can't get people to come work the job that nobody really wants to work anyway, you go and hire a bunch of robots to do it for you. So they've got AI powered drive-throughs.
I
White
mean,
Castle.
White Castle, yes, of Harold and Kumar fame. Bitch, it was. I grew up with White Castle long before Harold and Kumar made it good. They were called sliders for a reason. Like, I don't find this to be that bad because White Castle. Have you ever been to White Castle?
I have not.
White Castle is very production line ish. Like it's like, you know, when you go into like a Krispy Kreme donuts and they have you can look through and see how the donuts are made. White Castle's the same way. They've got a glass window that you can see like the people making the burgers and stuff. And you're making like sheets of burgers at a time and then throwing sheets of buns on top of it and then just peeling them apart, right? This makes sense on something that would be it could be easily manned by one person and a bunch of robots in perfect times. You know, like I don't think you're really gonna mess with I don't know what you want to call it, the like soul of a White Castle by changing it from some kid in a paper hat to a robot with a spatula. You know what I'm saying? Like it sucks in the sense of like you're taking away jobs, but apparently you're not gonna want to pay those people anyway. Why not just do it with robots? I still want White Castle. You should go get White Castle.
I've had it like in the freezer section, you know, but not.
It's not horrible. It's not that far off.
It's
a little more expensive to buy 30 of them, but I love White Castle. I love it more now that I don't have it than I did when I was growing up. White Castle was subpar when we were growing up. It's just White Castle.
It's just White Castle now. It's like, oh fuck, it's White Castle.
I don't know. We don't want to get into an AI talk. We talked about that with the SAG stuff last week, but
we really did.
It I don't know. Stuff like this is it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen more and more in like, especially in industries where it's like, do you necessarily need a person manning a fryer? When it's like, once the timer goes off, the fries are perfectly cooked. You're gonna have a machine go, okay, this goes there, and then the next machine's gonna go into this, into the separate bags, into this. You know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad fact of life.
A sad fact of life. But to celebrate the spooky season, we're getting a cereal that looks like it's also a tie-in promotion for Apple Plus. Almost seems like more of a tie-in for Apple Plus than actually for what it is. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown cereal. I mean, you get a free month of Apple TV.
You know, when I got my iPhone, I got a 1 year free of Apple TV and never redeemed it.
That's wild.
What the fuck? Where am I gonna watch it?
You're gonna just watch it on your TV.
No.
Or your phone.
No.
I recommend it. Ted Lasso's real good. Mythic Quest is real good for those two alone.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I heard a lot of things are real good. That's what I don't do. Watch real good stuff. I rewatch Futurama.
I mean, you don't rewatch Futurama because they're coming out with new episodes.
I've watched them. They're good. They're just as good. And they make a peek at Simpsons stuff in there where Nibbler's got like a Bart Simpson toy. And I was like, good on you, Matt Groening. Way to throw that one in there.
He's got fucking 3 different shows. Why not 4, I think. But yeah, it looks like a pretty plain Jane vanilla cereal with its little circular cereal and marshmallows. Nothing, unless you're a huge fan of the Peanuts, nothing about that is, I just thought it was funny. It's a tie-in for Apple TV. As you can see it plastered on the front. Nothing spectacular.
Yeah, I don't know. We have some nostalgia for the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, right? But is it good? Is it good? The cereal looks like dog shit.
That cereal looks boring as hell.
I mean,
The cereal and the marshmallows are the same color.
oh, there was marshmallows in there? Oh my god, there were. Vanilla flavored cereal. Well, how could you be more vanilla than Charlie Brown and vanilla flavored cereal? Riddle me this, Charlie Brown.
It's so wah 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 wah
Womp,
wah wah
womp,
wah
womp,
wah
womp, womp,
wah
womp,
wah
womp,
wah. Anyway, time for an elevator pitch. Okay, so with the success of the Barbie movie, it's up to us to come up with the next great toy tie-in movie, and it's up to you particular because you are a quick thinker and you are smart and you've got this. You're going to pitch an idea to all those executives that are listening who can't do squat with it now because, you know, Hollywood.
TM.
This is the of Hasbro movies, particularly board game edition.
Okay. So am I making up movies? What these movies
gave you
would be about?
A list of different board games that are in the Hasbro family, and it's just going to be a quick pitch for each particular 100%. Game. So crack it open.
I took away the list. I can't see the list.
You can't. Oh, so do you just want me to say the name of the game and you go for it?
Give me the game, and I'll give you the movie pitch.
Okay, the first game on the list is Operation.
Oh, this one's easy. This is a horror movie, and it's kind of Saw-esque. It's got a doctor trying to Frankenstein people together, but he keeps fucking up when he's trying to remove the organs from all the patients that he keeps stealing, and it's a hunt for this guy that's not doing very well to make his Frankenstein child.
Okay, I like it. And then there's what the subplot
do they have to all be PG?
I didn't say that.
Okay, cool. I went dark on the first one, so
so horror movie for that. Okay, I'm just gonna make a notation as to which genre we're playing in for.
They're
which.
Probably all gonna be horror movies in my defense.
All right, the next one is the game that you talked about earlier, Monopoly.
Monopoly is a mockumentary of Wall Street and the real estate market, especially the commercial real estate market after COVID.
Oh,
it's like an idiocracy for dumb shit that they did in real estate.
I like it. Remember this game, Guess Who?
Yeah, Guess Who is a buddy cop comedy where they keep getting the what's it called when the lineups wrong. It's a real Guess Who. It's like, did he have glasses? And it's a blind man trying to answer the questions for the lineup. Buddy cop movie. Rock and Kevin Hart for sure.
Okay, all right, I did that. All right. Actually, I want to see that one. That's so far that we've done. That's the one. Let's go Connect 4.
Ooh, Connect 4.
Oh, a little harder on this. Bit of a curveball.
Connect 4 is a fantasy movie like Dragon Ball Z, where they have to travel the globe to find the 4 dinner plates that, when connected, can save the world. I don't know. I was trying to think, what are the fucking checkers pucks called?
You're right. I was like, plates? No, okay, that makes sense. It's a disc kind of thing. I get you. All right, so fantasy DBC's kind of what? Twister, not to be confused with the tornado movie.
Twister is a softcore porn, of course, shown exclusively on Skinamax. It's about an orgy, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Or it's Human Centipede.
Is Human Centipede actually a Twister movie?
It might be a Connect 4 movie, technically.
Hey, everybody out there, discuss. The board game Risk.
Ooh, Risk. I mean, that one seems to be a kind of gimme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna do it different. It's about a rogue soldier that extradites himself from old Soviet Union to fight for the Wolverines Red Dawn style.
So it's a buddy cop comic.
It's risky. You can make it. You could dramatize it. Like,
that would be
a drama.
It's an absolutely war drama.
Victor, I can't do a Russian accent. We've talked about this. I can't do accents.
I love it. I love when people at least attempt to be like, even if it's
Victor normally and just expected it to be Russian enough.
Yeah. Please, Scalbrit. Jenga or Jenga?
Jenga is a documentary about 9/11.
Oh.
Oh fuck, it was too fast. I should have thought of that fast. What the fuck? Oh dude, I got hot immediately.
We're gonna sit in that one for a second. That is
well,
it's
that's not the most
documentary.
spot. Come on, Hasbro. Where's my check?
No doubt. Hungry Hippos.
Ooh. I think. Can we get canceled anymore? Did I keep this PC?
I mean, you could try, but I mean,
no, I'm gonna fuck it all up. Fuck it. Hungry Hippo is a Sex in the City, but with fat girls.
with BBWs.
Yeah, dude, with
Beautiful
BBWs.
women.
For sure. Nothing, and I don't want that. I don't want that to sound derogatory by no means. But
no, I get like there's
it's
nothing
what came to the mind. Look, I am
it's Sex and the City, but instead of it being those particular ladies,
I shouldn't call them fat girls. That's where I went wrong because I'm a fat boy. So it's like I mean, who the fuck am I, right? But that's funny. Those are good jokes. If you don't like that joke, probably not the show for you because there's more where that came from.
The board game Sorry.
Ooh, this is a rom-com for sure. And it's just about a Ryan Reynolds-esque dude that keeps making the same mistake. And he says sorry like Owen Wilson says wow. Wow.
Especially, I mean, Ryan Reynolds is Canadian, so it'd be sorry.
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 Yeah, 100%. Yeah, got to be a rom-com.
I like it. The classic Candyland.
Ooh, it's hard not to go with the Hansel and Gretel type story here. Candyland. I think Candyland is a drama about ecstasy-riddled rave clubs.
Yes, I did not expect it.
I mean, they made that movie, right? Isn't there a movie with doesn't it have
Macaulay Culkin?
Macaulay Culkin, thank
Seth
you.
Green
Yes.
and Marilyn Manson.
What's that movie called?
Party Monster.
Party Monster. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mousetrap.
They already made that movie about two Italians that bought a house and tried to catch that goddamn mouse.
You're right. They did make the movie.
Yeah, dude. That one's been done. Next.
So we'll just reboot that one. Is all we're doing there.
Yeah, remake it. But I want it to be the same actors like 30 years later, still trying to catch that.
Still trying to get that fucking mouse. God,
now it's a hallucination. It's a hallucination.
Alzheimer's kicking in. Scrabble.
Oh, Scrabble is 100% about a dyslexic that enters a spelling bee.
So, coming of age comedy?
Coming of age comedy. I like it. Yes. It's like Aquila and the Bee, except not good.
Except written by a couple of dudes who are just
yeah, I gotta get. Look, the minute if the podcast ever gets popular and people start going back through our history, it's not going to be good. It might be good because I mean, personally, I don't think I'll really give a shit because it's the internet and the internet always wins. But yeah, some of the stuff that people are going to bring up and clip is legitimately going to fire everybody up. It's going to be awesome. and
Oh
be like,
yeah,
"Have you heard this shit?" Like, this was some of their early stuff. This dude was fucking hilarious. Did you hear his rant about fucking Mrs. Potato Head? It's legendary. He was legitimately pissed.
And don't get us started on the Eminem fiasco.
Oh god damn it, dude! Some of those early ones I felt bad about. Don't get me wrong, but I'll never apologize for those. I meant what I said. I might have just said it wrong.
You just live in it. Last one, Yahtzee.
Ooh, I think this one's about. This one's a romance. This one's like a 50 Shades of Grey romance about a girl who's never been able to orgasm, and then she finally finds it. Yahtzee. Real roll of the dice in the love game. Tagline.
I like it. Those are all fantastic.
These are ridiculous that I could think of the shit off the top of my head, guys. I swear to Jesus.
I like how diversified you actually went more across the board than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a lot of like, yeah, a horror with this, a horror with that, a horror with this and that.
Well, some of them we've even seen like it made its rounds on social media a couple years ago where people were putting like these games as horror movies. Like they made the posters with like Hungry Hippos and everything. So kind of just we want to diversify our portfolio. That's what we're trying to do. So
I mean, I would watch any of those.
I really want to see the Jenga documentary.
I don't know. I'll just keep rewatching the Twister over and over.
I mean, if it gets you there, and you just follow it up with Yahtzee and finish it off.
Hey, you too will say Yahtzee after seeing this. So I thought what would be fun this week is for us to go through some of the old time movies, since we're kind of celebrating like things that came out X amount of. So I thought 30 years ago, what happened in 1993? So I thought it'd be fun for us to go down and see what movies came out in 93 and kind of talk about some of the ones that we liked or didn't like, or just,
This list is crazy.
This list is insane.
There's a lot of movies in here that came out. There's some of my biggest childhood movies in the world came out. There are some movies in here that I didn't realize were this old.
So 93, you were 4?
I would have been turning 4 in 93. Right? So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of this list.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I'm starting.
Okay, we're going to start from 50 and work our way up, right?
And work our way up.
And I'm going to go through all 50 of these.
No, if there's some that we're like, oh, we'll talk about that, just holler it out. Like first one for me that sticks out is obviously Cool Runnings.
I mean, I do just want to mention Menace to Society came out this year, and that's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's a real eye-opening experience movie. But yes, Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings.
I say it to Sasha all the time. She'll be sprawled out on the floor. Are you dead, man?
Are you dead, man? Are you dead, man?
No, Cool Runnings will always be one of those movies that like you look back and it's a banger. It's a banger. Is that John Candy?
John Candy.
Yep.
Kind of his just being himself, like that kind of like man out of his element. Oh, hey, we're sending you to train the bobsled team in Jamaica of all places. You're like, oh, but they don't even have ice, and that's half the jokes come from that, and it's just everybody in it is delight. It's just a fun movie. Like it's one of those movies you can put on, and you don't have to like concentrate, and it's just there, and it's so nice.
I'm curious to see how many of these I own on VHS still. Cool Runnings is a 100% yes. This movie made 70 million in 93. Pretty goddamn impressive.
Yeah, I think it did money, right? Like I think for what it was to make it probably made its money back easily. But
scrolling up this list, we're gonna get to the one that really was a big part of my childhood, and that's Homeward Bound.
Oh yeah, dude.
Man, if there's not a movie that can, and now I don't know if I could go back and watch this movie having a dog. Like Shadow was, and maybe Shadow's the reason that I wanted a golden retriever so bad.
Be a good
And
boy.
yeah,
Be a good boy.
oh man, dude, this one's breaking my heart already.
Yeah, about a
Homeward
couple
Bound,
of
1993. That's
cou-
I would've
some
told you
pets just
later.
trying to get home. That's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to make it home.
Yeah, dude, Sassy's not meant to be an outside cat.
It's not outside cat.
Yeah, she's not an outside cat.
We've got Michael J. Fox and Sally Field, to name a couple of folks. Like, those are the biggest names, I think, in this. And it's just like the voice talent in this is like, the animals are great, the action's great, the whole story's great. There's really like times where you're like, oh geez, how many animals did they go through to get
Oh,
make
dude,
this?
sometimes, right? Because back then it might have been like you take one out to the farm, you actually did it. Get
We're gonna
Shadow
throw this
number
one in the
7.
river. We won't have to see it again.
Yeah, we gotta make it look real. Wink. Paul Barker had a problem with this. Like, I know how to get rid of them.
Yeah, he's like, I like that movie. They killed a lot of. But yeah, God, what a great fucking movie. Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey, fantastic.
Also owned on Blu-ray or on VHS. Sorry.
Last Action Hero, starring
It had to be said, right?
Like, come on, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger doing his. This is probably the movie that like people make fun of the most because it wasn't as successful as they were hoping, because it's the most Arnold action film that there is, I think. I like it a lot as a kid who likes movies and going to the movies and always wishing the movies were real, and the fact that this kid actually gets to go and
it's a real page master kind of
yeah
spiel, right? I just want to mention with some of these, right? Just because we mentioned it with Cool Runnings. Cool Runnings made a cool 69 million. To put that in perspective, Homeward Bound 41 mil. Last Action Hero 50 mil. So now our goal is to find the one that we love that made more than Cool Runnings did.
Here we go. I mean, I think we both know which one that's going to be, but we'll get
true. I do want to show out Hot Shots Part 2.
Dude,
they're great movies. They're good parody movies. It's Charlie Sheen. Like, it's kind of hard to go wrong on that.
That's back when parody movies, like, I feel like
Caddyshack.
Like,
I mean, I guess Airplane. Yeah, Airplane was a good one.
Oh, it's not Scream. What the hell is the movies with the Wayans brothers?
Scary Movie.
Scary Movie. Thank you. Like, those were like the last ones that like really kind of nailed the parody action movie or parody horror movie. Yeah, because then you got into like Not Another Teen Movie and stuff that were just kind of like, okay, like I understand, but unnecessary. Yeah, but this one in particular, there's so many.
This is back when the special effects were still bad and they were intentionally doing them worse, and it made perfect sense.
It's just
I'm gonna mention it just because I've never seen it, but it did gross 100 mil. Pelican Brief.
Oh yeah,
never seen that one.
Julie Roberts, Denzel Washington.
It's got the fucking people for it.
It's one of those, like, you know, crime, drama, mystery right there in the, you know, genre.
Double Jeopardy.
It's like, yeah, okay. But yeah, so those movies made money. I mean, look above that, and Tom Cruise's The Firm made 158 million. Like, movies were making money back then. Yeah,
Tom Cruise, Gene Hackman. I have no idea who Jeanne Tripplehorn is. Oh yeah, I do. I know this girl.
Jeanne Tripplehorn. Oh,
I've never seen The Firm either, or The Pelican Brief.
They're just those kind of movies that like crime, mystery, drama, stuff, bullshit like that. It's not my thing.
Yeah, I mean, Indecent Proposal, same thing. It's got
that's the one where it's like, hey, you know, a guy comes up to your wife and is like, hey, if I can get one night with your wife for $1 million, you know, would you allow it? And that's kind of the whole movie. Would you let this guy have a night? You know, it's like for $1 million. No. But I'm also like of the mindset of like, why are you asking me that? It's not me. Like,
well, I mean, in '93, we were just coming out of the women or property thing, I guess. I don't know. I've
So
never
I'm like,
seen
I
that.
don't know. Ask her if she says it's cool. Then hey, man, I'm good with
No,
it
I don't want
too.
that because he's rich and he's probably handsome and he probably lays good D. And I'm not taking that chance. I'm not taking that chance
Hey,
because I
one
didn't
way
do
or
any of the
another.
work, which means I really just don't deserve any of the money. So, no, I'm at my point in my life. I am not giving my significant other a chance to realize the mistake that she made. Right? Not for
You
any
can
amount
do
of money.
better.
What was he asking you? Nothing. Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He's kind of attractive though, right? No.
Very handsome dude, but fuck him.
Yeah. Fuck that Robert Redford looking motherfucker.
Moving on.
Much ado about nothing. It's a Shakespeare play. This one I just have to point out because it's directed by Kenneth Branagh. Fantastic actor. But this one has Keanu Reeves attempting an English accent.
And Kate
which is the
Beckinsale in it?
funniest fucking thing. It's a real okay movie. Like, I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, except for the fact that it's got Keanu trying to do an English accent because he wanted to be a serious actor.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. That one might be something that Daisy knows. But it's got Kate Beckinsale in it.
Yeah.
In 93, which means she was like 26.
The actors in this thing is like insane. Like it's
got an 80 on Metascore. Now, we'll say it only grossed 22.5 million. I'm gonna have to take a look at this. We might have to go back and revisit Much Ado About Nothing.
Denzel Washington.
Ooh, as we're starting to get up this list, bro, they're popping off now. 1993. I know we've done an episode on 95, and that was just
Yeah.
I mean, that year just seemed like it couldn't get any better, but and we have to mention it. Three Musketeers, great movie.
Like, yeah, like just all around, just get good looking dudes to be the Three Musketeers, you know,
and sword fights.
And sword fights.
You gotta have sword fights. But that brings us to number 33 on this IMDb list. The Addams Family Values. Angelica Houston, Raul Julia, Christopher Lloyd, Joan Cusack. God damn, this one was a good one.
It's packed. Like, I mean, Christina Ricci. Like,
yeah.
What else do you need?
Yeah,
and this is where the line comes from. I use this all the time. Like Joan Cusack, she plays like a crazy lady who kills her husbands for, you know, their money or whatever. But she goes, Malibu Barbie. I wanted a Malibu Barbie. Fuck, dude, I say that to this day when it's just about bullshit.
She's one of those underrated actresses too. Like, because like every time I think about her, I always think of School of Rock, right? Because she's the principal in School of Rock. Daisy was watching Shameless, and she's agoraphobe in Shameless, or she starts out as one. And like the progression of her character is just absolutely astounding. Like, she's a great actress. And to think that she was doing stuff like this would have back when are they still married?
Who?
The Cusacks?
Joan Cusack and John Cusack are brother and sister.
Are they still married?
What? Oh my god!
Damn it, dude! 0 for 2.
Your jokes tonight. This is embarrassing. Go back to Elevator.
I want you to know, I always thought they were married. It's news to me
that they're not.
Yeah, that's good. That's
they were
probably
both
better
in 16 Candles, which is pretty fun. She plays the big strong gal in it, and he's like the nerdy boy. But anyway, that's whatever.
I am gonna just keep scrolling up here. You got anything in between there and 28?
No, that's where I'm at. 28 with Demolition Man. Yeah.
Good old Demolition Man. I mean,
dude,
this is one of those things. Like, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie. I remember liking it, considering Metascore has it as a 34. But
it's
Sylvester
good,
Stallone, Wesley Snipes, and Sandra Bullock. Yes. Is Sandra Bullock fucking 18 in this movie?
And Rob Schneider.
No. Really?
Oh wait, no, is that Judge Dredd? I'm getting this one confused.
Yeah,
Judge
I was gonna say
that's my bad. Sorry, folks. Dennis Leary's in it. That's right.
Yeah, that seems like a good I think the problem with that one is it seems like a good 80s action movie that just happened to come out in the early 90s. It's
Yeah.
just like, well,
I mean, it's Stallone doing the Stallone stuff, like. But man, it's so good. The quips from freaking Wesley Snipes in it are damn.
that's because that was prime Wesley Snipes, like before the tax evasion.
Exactly. This is before he got the Blade
This
stuff
pre-Blade,
too.
yeah.
I
Well, I mean, this is
might have been.
Is it? I mean, it's got to be right around the time White Men Can't Jump came out, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he had those string of hits,
yeah, he popped off. I mean, the dude was a good-looking black man in the early 90s. Like, he was killing the game.
And dude, he could move, like those martial arts skills he had. Fuck, you're like, let's go.
Jacked.
You are Blade. Let's do this.
Next up, I just got to mention it because fucking Dennis the Menace was a big part of my childhood.
Dude, mine too. This movie just.
Yeah, I mean, you got. It's got Christopher Lloyd in it too, which for some reason I cannot remember.
Dude, him in this movie, he's the hobo that like.
Oh
comes
yeah.
through the small town, and like that character is so creepy and like just seems like a bad dude, but just the fact it's Christopher Lloyd, it's just kind of fun and goofy. Like Christopher Lloyd is such a good character actor. Like
Is
the
he
stuff
though?
he's done. Yes.
Is he like a Nicolas Cage? We just think he's good.
Maybe, but it's Christopher Lloyd, so who the fuck cares?
Yeah, true. You're right. Rookie of the year, we got to drop. I was a baseball player growing up, so of course I watched this. He breaks his arm and can all of a sudden at 14 or whatever throw 100 miles an hour. And of course, just like in real life, he gets brought up to the major leagues.
Yeah. That was such a huge thing in the 90s for like kids to like
the Angels in the outfield.
Angels in the outfield,
yeah.
or like kid in King Arthur's court, or like, let's put kids in weird situations where they're
actually, that was the same kid, right? A kid in King Arthur's court. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the same kid.
You might be right.
Thomas Ian Nicholas.
Tom and Ian. What have you done for me lately?
See all. Let's go down here, way down.
Let's see. Radio Flyer, The Fear Inside, Rookie of the Year.
Arian and Henderson's Rookie of the Year. Kid in King Arthur's Court.
Kid in King Arthur's Court. That is, 95. 95. So we probably did talk about that one.
Yeah, I own that one on VHS as well. That's a movie that was made, and if I remember right, I liked that growing up.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff.
Now we're getting into the real nitty gritty. The top 25.
Oh my!
According to IMDb of 1993. Just
here we
give
go.
It to me.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. Naturally, that is a movie. Tights.
Oh man, everything about this movie. First of all, how do you say his last name? It's Cary Elwes.
Cary Elwes, yeah.
Elwes. Okay.
I don't know. I've heard it 1,000 different ways.
You fucked me up too. I can't trust anybody. The only difference is I actually do an English accent.
Yeah. But like other Robin Hoods, I actually speak with an English accent.
Yeah, and this one is
Mel Brooks.
Well, yeah, it's Mel Brooks. Who's the goddamn Nottingham?
Oh, that is Richard Lewis. Oh, he plays King. What's it? He's Prince John. Roger Rees plays the Sheriff of Rottingham.
Roger Rees. In my mind, I was thinking it was
Ooh, dare kings kills the king's deer.
I was thinking it was damn Severus Snape, Alan Rickman.
Oh no, he plays that in the actual, not the spoof movie of this, but Robin and the Prince of Thieves. He's in that.
Oh, okay.
Because a spoon hurts more, you fool. Yeah.
Man, this was a good movie.
Isaac Hayes, like Tracy Ullman, Patrick Stewart, like right, should Robin of Locksley, like Tom DeLuise isn't. Oh my gosh, Dick Van Patten.
The fact that this one is in the top 10 is mind-boggling to me. But that's going to bring up number 24 on this list, which may be my number 1. And that is the 1993 classic with John Leguizamo, Dennis Hopper, the Super Mario Brothers.
This, like, people shit on this movie.
They shit on it, dude. Like, one of the worst movies of all time shit on it.
And we've gone back and watched it like recently, within the year recently, because the animated one that came out. And it's still its own unique, weird thing.
Dennis Hopper was way too good of an actor for that movie.
Truly.
And took it way too seriously. And I will give the credit, the Koopas. You guys, y'all could have did that a little differently. But overall, it was a fucking Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, as
live action one.
Like it just they went into a different universe rather than the Mushroom Kingdom. This was more like the Odd Mushroom Kingdom. Like,
yeah, it wasn't good. It was very dark. It reminds me of in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they go to the bureaucrat planet that's got the slap things every time you think.
Oh,
reminds me of that, just darker.
Yeah, no doubt.
A Super Mario Brothers movie, mind you, grossed 21 million.
Ooh.
Robin Hood Men in Tights 36 million. Still, this is no Cool Runnings, mind you.
No, Cool Runnings 69. Just to remind
They're
everybody.
Cool Running this motherfucker.
Cool Running away with the monies. Rudy, which is weird on here because I thought that movie was from the 80s. For some reason, I thought that it was a later movie. You know how you were saying earlier, where like sometimes you just think movies have been like
they were
of a different
like Fraggle Rock
generation.
came out when I was a kid, and it didn't.
Yeah.
It came out when
Yeah.
your parents were kids.
Yeah,
No, I guess it would have came out when you were a kid.
it was when I was a kid.
Yeah, damn. Anyways, this has Jon Favreau in it. And I don't know if I realized that. I might have to go back and watch Rudy. Rudy was a good story, especially for me because I was growing up in Indiana. This is based in Notre Dame. It's a good underdog story.
Dude, it's one of the best underdog stories.
It really, really is. I mean, I think this
Like-
was kind of the start of the sports underdog through the 90s, is fucking Rudy.
Rudy. Like, it's a good underdog story. Absolutely. Like,
Gross.
and Sean Astin alone.
It's
is
Sean
just-
Astin, yeah, he's good.
I mean,
It's fucking Sean Astin.
fucking Sean Astin.
23 million for this movie. Not it.
Yeah, not great, but like it's maybe it's cult hit by that. I mean, in that case, so is Super Mario Bros. A lot of these are probably cult hits, so to speak.
Yeah. They're called. Yeah,
Huge,
yeah, that makes sense.
you know, huge rom-com, Sleepless in Seattle, Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan doing their thing. Can't go wrong. I'm not going to say more than that because there's not much more
Yeah.
to say.
It's got his wife in it.
Except that it made $126.5 million
Yeah,
because people just love, you know?
it's good love. It's good love.
Love.
I respect it.
Love.
The Good Son.
Oh
This
my
was
God.
This was a movie Daisy turned me on to.
Good.
Macaulay Culkin, Elijah Wood. One of these little kids is a psychopath.
And it's not the one you expect.
Nope. It definitely takes a weird turn. This was a good movie, especially
Such
for
a
a
good
90s thriller movie.
Yeah. It's Elijah Wood, Macaulay Culkin. Those two alone, you're like, oh, great. Like adorable little kids and doing their things and just being kids. And then it starts getting crazier and you're like, holy shit, this is a crazy ass movie, especially when it's Macaulay Culkin, who's known for like being the sweet boy who is just the little mischief maker.
And this is middle of fucking Home Alone fame, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so
like
this is a drama thriller. This was a good movie though. Like even going back, this movie still holds up, I think, today. I think you go watch this or show your family or whatever, and they're like, well, damn. Like
truly, damn. Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. Like Whoopi Goldberg doing Whoopi Goldberg stuff.
You want to talk about when sequels actually worked, right? The 90s. The 80s and 90s, the sequels were bangers. This was a movie that shouldn't have made it good anyway. Like Sister Act alone should have been canceled in the beginning because it wasn't going to work. And instead, it was fucking awesome. And then Sister Act 2 comes around and guess what? It's still pretty fucking awesome. Plus it's got
really
Maggie
good.
Smith in it, which, you know, Professor McGonagall can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Daisy and I
real young Lauryn Hill in it too, just to Throw that in there, man. Singing her ass off in it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Daisy and I, when we first started dating, got tickets to the Arvada Center to go watch the musical version of Sister Act.
Oh,
it was a banger, dude. Like, these people put on a show. It was good. The music in that's good. The choir stuff is good. That's a good movie.
right.
I'm gonna jump to number 18 here, and that's good old Michael Douglas just fucking having a bad day in Falling Down.
It's like yeah.
Before we get too far, Sister Act 2 grossed $58 million. Still not cool runnings. But Falling Down. Give me the briefcase, sir. I'm not giving you my.
I'm not giving you the briefcase.
I'm not gonna get it. Falling Down, if you haven't seen it, is Michael Douglas pretty much just trying to make it back to his daughter's birthday through a city, having the worst day. Can't get breakfast, can't do this, traffic sucks. He's pretty much my like soul animal at this point. Like, I understand.
This is you Monday through Friday.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I am trying my hardest every workday to not become Michael Douglas. Because he made a good point. He made a good point. You know. Falling Down still holds up too, by the way. That movie, and probably sadly a little like Idiocracy, makes a lot more sense nowadays than it did when it was released in 1993.
That's wild.
Grossed $41 million. Still not cool runnings, boys.
Wild. What else? Oh, What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
I was gonna say we have to mention it, right?
I mean, Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio, Juliette Lewis, Mary Steenburgen. Like, this is very good movie, but man, it's
okay. What did he say in Tropic Thunder? He's like, you never go full retard, right? This is Leo doing that and being good at it.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, Gilbert. Hey, Gilbert.
This is one of those movies that I will 100% say that I watched one time growing up and probably never watched again. Not for me. It's a sad movie.
It's a very sad movie.
And it grossed $9 million. Cult classic nowadays, though. Man, you would think that was a higher hitter than what it was. It did not hit when that movie came out.
Holy crap. Like,
I did not realize.
It's a rough movie.
It's a real downer movie.
Johnny Depp's just like, man, I don't want to be here, but I've got my mom, my family. I can't. Oh my gosh, you're right. Now that I think about it, I'm getting bummed out.
Yeah, dude, it's a fucking shit movie because it's that thing you think about, especially like there's people that are very close to their parents, there's people that aren't, but it's that obligation that you didn't sign up for that everyone tells you is an obligation, but shouldn't be.
Yeah,
right. It shouldn't be my problem.
Yeah, it's deal family.
With,
you gotta take care of family.
And that's one of those hard pressed things, especially. I realized. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you why I did that. I listened to our show today. It dropped today, or last night technically, and I say especially, and I noticed it for the first time instead of saying especially. Right? I say I do the thing. I say especially. And I'm not going to be able to stop that, but I just had to make a mental note to myself that I am hearing myself say it that way, and it is what it is. Especially damning to my intelligence. Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I mean, it has its awards for a reason, but that is a movie that I will not be showing anybody anytime soon. Oh man, we're getting into killers. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to jump to Mrs. Doubtfire unless you want to touch on.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Going right there.
Mrs. Doubtfire, like, hello, like all the time, all the fucking time.
Is Sally Field the best '90s mom ever?
He is the best. Period. Like,
it may be the best '90s mom ever.
Yeah.
The only other one that gets close, I think, in my head is the mom from Liar Liar.
Okay, yeah,
You know what I'm talking about? She's the
yeah.
MILF mom of the 90s.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Sally
I know,
Field is the
Sally
like
Field, though, like
she's the San Francisco mom of the 90s, right? Like
she,
this is any movie based in San Francisco, she was the mother. She is that perfect business suit, pantsuit, woman of power, but still the best
whole
mom ever. Mom.
I still love the line where she's
Damn,
like,
dude.
the whole time, the whole time, the whole time. Fuck, that movie rules, and it's like not even like, oh man, I love it.
It's good. It
God,
grossed
what a
$220 million.
Oh,
I just
boom.
like,
Hey, Cool
you know,
Runnings uppercut.
I'm
like,
sorry, Cool Runnings, but Robin Williams just shat in your breakfast cereal.
it's Robin Williams.
You're dead,
Like,
man.
what's funnier than Robin Williams cross-dressing as a Scottish fucking nanny?
It
Like,
had the
come
good
on.
kids. It had Pierce
Yeah.
Brosnan in it. And I don't care what you say about Pierce Brosnan. That dude fucks.
Dude,
I think he's a good
dude,
actor. I
like,
think his comedy stuff is awesome. His fucking drama stuff is great. He's fucking 007.
he just knows how to do it.
Yeah, he did the right thing. Plus, he's fucking Pierce Brosnan. The dude's handsome as shit.
God, those eyes.
It's hard
staring
not to
just-
put this. I'm gonna. At the end of this, we're gonna go top 3, right? We have to do a
Oh,
top 3 for each other.
Jesus. Really? Oh my God, that's gonna be so hard to do.
It really is, but we're gonna do it anyway. Moving along, Groundhog Day
Groundhog
comes
Day.
out. Bill Murray. This
Every-
movie's great. It's a movie that I could watch yearly and not get old, even though I know exactly what's happening over and over and over and over again.
It's one of those things that it's in such the zeitgeist of like culture, not just pop culture, but culture in general, that it's a term, Groundhog Day. You say it to somebody and they already know what it means without ever having to see the movie. It's just
100%.
become part of the vernacular of just like, yeah, man, it's a real Groundhog Day lately, you know, where you're just living the same fucking shit all the time.
Let me ask you something, and this is going to be a weird take.
Okay.
Just because it's the same main actor in Bill Murray. Is Groundhog Day just Scrooged?
Is it just Scrooged?
Narcissistic piece of shit has to relive
Guy who-
fucking.
And then realizes like, oh, if maybe I wasn't. But does he quite learn it? The fact that all he does is just change a little bit. He's not necessarily changing himself. He's just, oh, here's how I can lie better because I've had several chances to make this situation
Well,
go the
in
way I
the
want it
end,
to.
he does come to the realization that he is a piece of shit, and that's how he breaks the cycle,
And that's
right?
how you break the cycle. Yeah, I guess
But,
that's true.
yeah, I mean, a little different, but I'm pretty sure it's just Scrooged,
Just Scrooge.
just not with snow. And then, yeah,
There's some snow in it.
yeah, I was gonna say there's some snow in it, right?
Yeah.
Poughkeepsie Pete.
Cop.
Yeah, I
Put-
fucked you up by pronouncing it wrong. You do it to me all the time. Pawtuxie.
Poughkeepsie. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, damn it. Anyways.
I'm not gonna waste the time to look it up because I'm not that guy.
Groundhog Day gross 70 million. Just slightly above Cool
Not
Runnings.
bad.
But
Like,
Bill
it's-
Murray,
it's a-
height of his power.
It's Bill Murray. That's what
Yeah,
makes the
it's
money.
Bill Murray.
I'm skipping a couple. We're going to Sandlot.
We have to, and I'll touch base on this because again, I mean, baseball was my sport growing up. It's the movie of movies, right? It's fucking James Earl Jones, Benny the Jet. He steals his dad's signed Babe Ruth baseball to play baseball with.
Baby Ruth? I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I mean, and it's fucking Wendy Peppercorn.
Don't be an L7 weenie.
You know, and it has one of the greatest lines in movie quote history.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Killing me, Smalls. Sandlot's a banger. Great movie. Still goes out. It's one of those weird things. Like Daisy cracks me up sometimes because she wasn't an athlete growing up. Like, you know, sports just wasn't her steez. But this woman loves feel-good sports movies. I walk upstairs the other day. She's asleep. Last week we recorded the podcast. She's watching Field of Dreams.
Oh, so
I mean,
fucking-
great movie, right? But for someone who's not but she loves feel-good sports movies. I think it's the cutest fucking thing in the world. And I get to watch random shit like Sandlot and Field of Dreams, which I watched so much as a kid that I don't actively seek these movies out as an adult. But I get to live vicariously through her love for them, which is so funny to me.
That's great.
Great movie.
Damn.
Grossed 33 million. Not Cool Runnings.
It's so wild to think about some of these and how like they didn't. I mean, they still did numbers for like back in the day, but like I don't know. It's just wild seeing like Cool Runnings is at a weird like 69 is kind of a good like midpoint where if it's under that, it was still successful to a degree, but not like I.
What's
it's
crazy
so weird
is
to think Cool Runnings that made more money than a lot of these movies that like
yes,
are more on the forefront of my mind than
100%. You
Like-
look at this list, and Cool Runnings is in like the top 15% grossing movies of 1993, but yet
Yeah.
it's number 47 on the fucking list. And it's just
Yeah,
like this movie banged, you know. And maybe it's because it's a kids movie. You're not seeing a lot of kids movies on this list because I mean, we didn't get what Pixar until 95.
yeah.
Like you were getting the. I don't see any Disney movies on this list other than that Cool Runnings, pretty much.
Hocus Pocus, Three Musketeers. Those are Disney.
Well, we hadn't got to that yet. You ruined it.
You ruined it.
Moving from
I-
10 to number 7. Ugh, getting into these top 10.
I know, dude.
Might as well just mention Sandlot was number 10 on this list. Bronx Tale number 9, which is a great movie, but it's not for me. Naked, I've never seen this movie. I couldn't tell you. It grossed 1.77 million. I don't know why it's number 8 on this list.
It's weird, right? Like if and like double checking, this is sorted by popularity ascending. So it goes from the most popular to the least popular. So somehow some of these are way lower on the list where I'm like, Naked is more popular than
Cool Runnings? Number 7 on this list. Hard to deny this one, and that is Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus. You lit the black flame candle.
Yeah, fucking virgins, dude. Can't get it right. They just can't get it right. They can't get it in either, apparently, but
It's such a weird plot point on like how often the little sister's
Zachary
like, you're a
Binks.
virgin. You're a virgin. Like, holy
Zachary Binks.
relax.
We'll say Binks is one of the dopest cat names of all time. Can't name your black cat Binks now because you're a fucking poser.
Poser.
But this movie is just a banger. We watch it every year. It is a staple in our,
Staple.
our Halloween fall, and it still bangs. Second one, not so much, but the first one is great. I know I mentioned last week we do the drive-in theater things. Last year when we do pumpkin carving, we did pumpkin carving at a friend's house. I brought over the setup, and we set up and watched Hocus Pocus on the drive-in theater in his backyard while we carved pumpkins. Very cool experience. Great movie.
Fuck.
I think this year it's going to be Halloween Town.
Halloween Town. Oh, Halloween Town. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
I
Hang
mean,
it out.
Nightmare Before Christmas. We are
Hocus
sorry,
Pocus, 45 million.
made some money. Not quite Cool Runnings.
Not quite Cool Runnings.
Nightmare Before Christmas. Like we mentioned it earlier in the episode. They're
But it's a
bringing it
Halloween
back.
movie?
That it's definitely a Halloween movie, and just because it has Christmas in the title doesn't make it a Christmas movie,
No,
right?
sir.
Is that what I'm supposed? I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, we don't. I think we've gushed before about this.
It deserves every bit of this part of the list. Number 6, I think it should be higher in my opinion, but
Yeah.
we're here now. It's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Grossed 75 million. Just
This
slightly better than
definitely-
Cool Runnings.
What's wild is this is definitely one of those cult films where it didn't make the money at the box office that it cost to make it. Whatever.
Well, this is
But
Tim Burton's
since
second
then, the
movie?
second. No, this is. I mean, technically, this isn't even a Tim Burton movie. It's a Henry Selick movie.
Oh, well,
Burton-
yeah, because Tim
Tim
Burton
Burton
thought of it
did
while he
the
was
story.
at Disney, but Disney didn't want it. Yeah.
No, at this point, he has done Batman, Pee-wee,
Oh, he has done
Pee-wee's
Batman.
Big Adventure, Batman Returns, I believe, at this point too. So, I mean, that's what kind of helped it sell a little bit, but it's still at the time it was a little weird, a little dark, a little spooky. I love the shit out of it.
This
since
is one of
then,
the greatest
but, like,
movies probably ever made. I mean, it's got to be in the top list of 100 for me.
Yeah.
Easily
Oh,
in the top
yeah.
50 for me. But
yeah.
if this isn't one of the greatest fucking movies ever made, yeah, we won't bullshit about that one too much. Number 5, Tombstone. Whether or not,
Tombstone?
I mean, it's just this is a great fucking movie.
It's a solid western, probably one of the best westerns.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking. Yeah, there's not many more. Not
they
that
just
had
don't
this
do
kind of
them anymore.
gusto. This one's great. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton. I mean, that lineup. Imagine in trench coats with fucking 6-shooters on their hips.
Yeah, just badass motherfuckers through the whole thing.
Tombstone was great. But number 4, surprising that this is so high up on the list. I will say 2 things about this movie. Surprised that it's this high on the list, and I did not realize it was a 93 movie. I don't know why I thought this came out like later or earlier, I guess. I don't know. This is a weird time suck that Dazed and Confused came out in.
Yeah.
There's something about this movie that makes it feel like it was actually done in the 70s, and it's a throwback to the 70s. I don't know. It's an odd, but so many good lines come out of this movie. Nice thing about high school girls.
Oh. I get older and they stay the same age.
Yeah, dude. It's Matthew McConaughey, one of probably his best. It's got to be one of his best roles, and like he's a great actor, and I really, really enjoyed him in The Gentleman. Did you watch that?
No.
The Gentleman was the new Guy Ritchie film. Charlie Hunnam and stuff. Watch that movie.
It's on the list to watch for sure.
Man, you're gonna if you like the Guy Ritchie films, you're gonna love that movie. But anyways, I mean, this is one of Matthew McConaughey's most iconic lines ever, and it's
all right.
Why doesn't Matthew McConaughey take lefts, bro? Dazed and Confused is good for me. I love this movie. Grossed a cool $8 million.
It's the cast in this is kind of insane too. Like
it really is. You got a lot of young people in there that you don't realize, right? That just kind of come out. This is a good movie. This is a good movie.
Yeah.
It got an 82 on Metascore. That's pretty fucking impressive.
That's really. I mean, it's a solid fucking film. It didn't do any money, but like,
it's made more money since it came out than it did when it came out.
It's definitely a cold hit. Schindler's List. That's a rough movie to watch. It's very good if you like history dramas. Liam Neeson doing his thing. Like it's very good. It's a rough one to watch, but if you like historical World War II biographies and all this is the one to watch for sure, or at least one of many. I guess.
I just want to put in perspective the amount of people that voted for this, right? So all these movies have votes. I'll just look at number 5, Tombstone got 160,000 votes. Number 4, Dazed and Confused got 194,000 votes. The number 2 movie got 236,000 votes. Schindler's List as the number 3 movie got 1.4 million votes. Like, good God, did people come out of the woodworks for this one?
No doubt. You look at that and it's like,
yeah,
why
that's
aren't
nuts.
you number 1 with that? I mean, we know why it's not.
Well, like... and we'll find out here in just a second, because I'll just mention number 2 on this list is True Romance. Pretty good movie. I don't watch a lot of drama, crime, romance movies, but if I remember right, this is an okay movie.
Yeah,
Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, like
killer cast, great director. Yeah.
Go ahead and lead us out with that number 1 then. And then we'll narrow this fucking down.
I feel like I should just lead it in song. Bum 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 bum. Jurassic Park.
That's pretty good, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm impressed with the fact that you pulled that fucking musical theme out of your ass.
It's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
That's because it's got one of the best soundtracks of all time.
I believe it's John Williams who does it. Like, it's everything about it. What's that?
I said it has to be, right? John Williams?
Oh, yeah.
It's John Williams or Danny Elfman.
I'm gonna be John Williams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what can we say about Jurassic Park that hasn't already been said? It's one of the greatest movies of all time. It deserves to be number 1 in this list of 1993. And
it's such a it's so wild to me that this is like one of the first real examples outside of like Terminator 2 of like doing CG and having it be on the forefront.
Music by John Williams. You're right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Where it's just like they did it right with doing like practical effects. Like we all know the Triceratops scene where it's sick, and all that, and like he lays on the the thing and the thing's breathing, all that fantastic. And then in like the next few scenes or a few scenes later, there's fucking brachiosauruses and they're sneezing on them, but it looks so fucking legit.
And I will say, like, surprisingly, for a movie that came out in '93, it like, I mean, the movie holds up amazingly, right? But it legitimately does not, like, the CGI holds up, like, considering it's not that fucking bad. I mean, it's no Jurassic World Dominion. Now, I do want to mention this past year, I did read Jurassic Park. I had never read it. I had got it suggested to me from a friend. Read through it. It is surprising how much of all three movies are in that first movie. Or in that first book.
Really?
There's only two books. There's Lost World and Jurassic Park. Hammond is a real fucking asshole in the book.
They didn't make him the lovely old grandpa, did they?
No, they did not. Like that book, he is a real asshole. The kids are flip-flopped in the books. Like in the
really?
book. Yeah. So the girl is the younger one, the boy is the older one. The girl's a real piece of shit.
In the book.
Yeah. Say what?
What? You said the girl's a real piece of shit in the book?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the girl's a real piece of shit in the book. Real problem in the book. The birdcage scene from Jurassic Park 3.
Okay.
Is in the book in Jurassic Park.
All right.
But damn, dude, good book. It's a very good book. I really, really liked it. The beginning of The Lost World, where the little girl's on the island off Costa Rica or whatever and gets attacked by the little guys. That is how Jurassic Park starts. That's how the book starts. Spoiler alert. Wow. They took a lot. Like they split that book into 3 movies while incorporating stuff from all, both books. Great book. Is a top-rated movie, number 145 on the list of best movies. It won 3 Oscars, got 44 wins total and 27 nominations.
Damn.
Fucking Jurassic Park, dude. 1993. Now, I will say, just in comparison, I think 95 was a better year.
You think so?
I think overall, 95 was a better year.
That's a real, like... I don't know. I'd have to go and look
There's
at
good
95.
movies in here.
I mean, I know what came out in 95 for me personally. That's like one of my all-time favorite movies. So for that alone, yes, 95 was better.
Yeah. We're going to choose 3 off of this list. I think we both know what our number ones are going to be. We can just knock that off, I think.
Yeah, naturally.
Jurassic Park is the best movie of 1993. It genuinely is. So I'm going to give you 2 other ones. And this is real tough, right? This is real tough. My first one is going to be Hocus Pocus. It's got to be my top 3 of 93. It still holds up to this day. I still watch it yearly versus any other movie on this list. Hocus Pocus is number 2 for me.
Oh my god, I forgot that was on the list. Okay, I'm really torn. Let's go just to get through this. Let's go with I'm gonna regret it once I say it. Whatever I say, it's gonna be no, you shouldn't have said that.
I'll give you 2 honorable mentions.
Because
I already have my 2 honorable mentions.
The honorable mentions are the ones we've already gone through. Mrs. Doubtfire. Just for nostalgia reasons and the fact it's Robin Williams, like he was my childhood, so much a part of it that's probably my number 2. Number 3, what's your top 3rd?
This was tough, right? Because you want to put I want to put a bunch of movies, and I'm just gonna throw out some honorable mentions for me. Mrs. Doubtfire, of course, was gonna be on the list, but I can't put it up there, right? Because I don't go back to that movie the way that I go back to my number 3.
That's fair.
Homeward Bound is definitely on that list. Sadly, Cool Runnings, great movie on the list. My number 3 and a movie that I still go back to this day is Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yes,
it has to be on the list. I think that movie is still one of the funniest fucking movies ever made, and it still holds up to this day. Going back and watching it right now, it's still just as funny as the first time I ever watched.
Yes, and for honorable mention, I have to go with Adam's Family Values just because
It's tough not to put that one on there.
it's tough not to, because that was one of those ones I went back to a lot as a kid, along with, Robin Hood, because Robin Hood's my dude and always been a fan of his. But this Mel Brooks movie,
Mel Brooks
so
just doesn't miss, dude. He doesn't miss.
it's so quotable. It's so
Man,
good.
what a year for movies in '93.
Good year. I might have to go back and do it like a side by side comparison and be like, which one was better?
1995.
402 million.
It just shit on everything.
It's like, oh, you want to come out with a movie this year? Too bad Jurassic Park
It
is
got a
out.
68 on Metascore right now.
Fuck that.
Yeah, you people don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Like, look over and look at the stars. It's got 8.2 stars. That's more telling of where it should be, not 60.
Yeah, Schindler's List got a 9 and a 95 on Metascore. So
I mean, it's good.
we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
That's true. We're just coupling.
I like when we do these movie lists.
Oh, me too.
It's
dude.
fun. I want to venture into something maybe in the future where we do this, but with video games or, some other sort of media. Maybe music one day. Music's tough because I'm gonna want to play clips of the song.
And there's so much, like, just to be like, okay, if we stick to just like the pop hits of which I think we did that once, right? Where we chose like a year and we did like our top 3 of music. So maybe that was the 95 episode where we took
It
movies,
could have been,
music,
yeah.
and we were like, oh, this was a mistake.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of info. Movies are definitely the easier way, and chances are me and you both have seen most of them. Especially in the 90s genre era, because I mean, this is the time where I was just putting in VHS after VHS after VHS. Shit, well, you got anything else before you want to wrap this thing up?
No, Jurassic Park is so goddamn good.
It's one of the greatest movies ever made. It really is.
It hits me because, like, that movie in particular, Drew and I went and saw it in the theater 13 times during that summer. So, like,
God damn, weird flex, rich kid.
No, it's not even a rich kid thing. I mean, it's the 90s.
You went to the theater 13 times in a summer to see the same fucking movie over and over again.
That's when you've got, your cousin.
A job?
No, not at that point. I was 11. Like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was barely getting lunch money at 11. I was still using the fucking school code.
Oh, you go use the matinees and see them before, the prime times. And
don't walk it back now, fucking Richie Rich.
And then go to the dollar movies at the Southwind Mall. Yeah, Drew and I loved the shit out of that movie. Like, Drew being the only child, went and got all the cool fucking toys and shit. And I'm like, I'm going to go play over at Drew's house.
Hell yeah.
Ba, 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 ba.
Cool. Well, if we ain't anything, let's wrap it up because I'm sure I could get you on a Jurassic Park rant that would keep us up until midnight.
Okay, so the thing about Jurassic Park is, like,
as always, we appreciate you guys listening to this week's episode of the Retronomipod. You guys can find me at Retronomipod on Instagram. Search Retronomipod on YouTube. That's where a lot of our videos are going up. As Rick said earlier in the show, he does have a new Nom Nom Nom. There are a ton, and I know we didn't talk about this, but there are a ton of mystery flavor Halloween edition things that have come out. I want to try the pumpkin spice frosty from Wendy's. I want to try the eggnog spiked shit. There is a new Mountain Dew Voodoo flavor. There are a bunch that are coming out. So look at our YouTube channel for that stuff. Just search Retronomipod because, of course, without your guys' help, we can't get to that subscriber mark where I can get my own URL for that. So let's push that. Again, Instagram for picture stuff. I'm going to try to get more active on that because it's been hell around here.
It's been.
And that's all I got.
All right, to take us out the way we always do with the weird question of the week. Which cereal box are you getting buried in? Which cereal mascot killed you and how? Man, I should have switched those now that I realized that.
Yeah, the order was a little rough, but that is either here nor there at this point. As always, we appreciate you guys listening to this week's episode of the Retronomipod. We love you, and we will catch you next week.
Good night.
Oh, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Goddamn. Every time. I'm not going to lie. My room is hot today. You can see me glistening. Normally, my basement room is not hot.
Mine the big rocks. My name's Hachu. Well, bless you. No, that's my name, man. Like, holy shit. Oh, no, you've been horribly maimed, but you grew some nice boobs. Oh, my God. I fucking love the shit out of that movie.
70. Save.
We're man in time.
I think I'll probably continue to put out the show on Mondays.
Okay.
Next time I will try to make it. I will set the AM on that one. I realized because I was like, damn, it didn't pop up. And I was like, what the fuck? Oh, I meant to tell you. So Anchor is Spotify for podcasters now.
Yeah, I was looking into that over the week, and I'm like, holy crap, that's kind of cool.
Dude, it fucked me up because I thought I go to log in. So I log into my Spotify account. Yeah. And I log into my Spotify via Facebook or whatever. And it pops up, post a new episode. And I'm like, well, where the fuck are all my other episodes? And it's just like, oh my God, our entire backlog's gone. And like, dude, I thought I was gonna have to do so much work. So I like started doing some research or whatever and realized that of course I don't log into my Spotify because Anchor has it had its own login, which was under our email. But yeah, so I freaked the fuck out. But it was cool because once I logged into like our, Retronomipod at Gmail account, stream, that's for you guys.